There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to, I think, episode 15 of the Keep on the Borderlands, a Torchbearer role-playing game, actual play, brought to you by these fine folks here. I am Eric, aka EricVulgaris, he, him, and I am your ever-so host and game master. So welcome to my little niche of the internet, but it's not just occupied by me, and not here just for me, I assure everyone. You're here to see these four beautiful people go to town. And by town, I mean I mean actually go to the keep. Town. So if you haven't seen other episodes, I won't bore you too much with the previously on of our seasons of play. If you're not familiar with Torchbearer, Torchbearer just kind of in general is a love letter to an old way of playing Dungeons and Dragons. With a lot of new Burning Wheel style approaches to the methodology. And I'm looking at everyone's faces here because everyone here knows more about the historiography of
Not me. I just
Torchbearer's creation.
Stuff that sounds cool. Like the old ways are the best ways when you fix the broken parts.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I was making sure that I'm still in a pleasant field instead of a minefield. So,
Yeah.
and I think I nailed it.
Yeah.
With that, Sage, it's been a while. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting all the fun of a 2.5-year-old who discovered Frozen. So I mean, as movies for a 2.5-year-old to discover and be obsessed with, it's not the worst. But I did just spend the past couple of hours role-playing Olaf from Frozen, so already in the right headspace.
Characters, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's right in my wheelhouse, really. Yeah, and other than that, keeping up with the same old stuff. And oh man, I had something witty to say about something that Eric said, and I totally lost it. So I'm just gonna hand it over to you, Epi. How's it going?
No. I wish I had something witty to work off of there.
If only I had witty as a skill.
Yeah. I'm doing good. I just got back from Living Games. It appears that I have not brought home any diseases, so that's good. As often happens when you go to a convention and meet a bunch of people. So not those kind of... I'm sorry, like a cold. I don't know what people are assuming that I'm doing here, but so I'm feeling good about that. Dead tired, but I did get my full 8 hours of sleep last night, which is good. I'm looking forward to jumping back into the fray here, and I'm just taking a moment to find out who I'm handing it to. Hey, Sean, how are you doing? Speaking of Living Games.
Yeah, I also don't have the witty trait, but I'm pretty sure I have the exhausted conditions, and unfortunately, maybe the sick condition. We'll see.
Yeah.
It was right at the airport where suddenly just like everything hit me. So I am taking lozenges and Dayquil and painkillers, and I'm doing pretty well though. This is my first year at Living Games, which was great. I got to meet Epi in person for the first time, which was fantastic. Hung out a bunch. There's a great shot of Epi and Alex Roberts with the Jenga tower between them. Whether or not it's
I saw that
Star-Crossed or Dread. Finally, there's the challenge is there. So that was good times. I'm playing Bryn Stormcaller. She is. Oh yeah. Epi, why don't you talk about Basil and then pop it back to me?
Oh, okay. Before I do that, how about Sage talk about Linus and pop it back to me?
Let's do all that.
I kind of forgot this part because usually I use the time when everybody else is talking to finish up writing up my character's stuff. And because I'm doing a new belief, goal, and instinct this time, I'm a little behind. But I am playing Linus, the human wizard, magician, whatever we call that class. He is Home Alone meets Harry Potter, basically. And he has now made some real friends with his fellow adventurers here. He is looking forward to being back in town to level up, and probably going to spend some time looking into the mysterious crippler the person who gave him a spell of friendship, and seems like an all around not too nice person. So my instinct is probably going to be something about that because that gives me a free roll in town. I think goal will be something around. Yeah, I don't know that part. Sorry, we're gonna have to circle around to a little bit more of my stuff. But yeah, go ahead, Epi, and I'll have this ready. I was actually just looking over the town rules to make sure that I was targeting the right stuff.
Yeah. So I'm playing Basil, the party's emotional core, I like to say. I think that Basil is the spiritual leader of the party. He's the cleric, and also I had a really good Basil thought today, and I lost it. It was something about the Basil's path to holiness is to pity the gods for what they need of him. That was his.
Wow, that sounds like a belief.
Yeah. You know what? Yes. That is my new belief. Right? Beliefs we can just change on a whim.
Change away.
Yeah.
Yeah. The path to holiness is to... All right, I'll finish that up. I have a goal, which is to see everyone in the party hale and healthy, which we'll see if I can do anything about that. And an instinct to always haggle for the best prices, which has served us so well in the past, especially when Basil returns to the city or to the town sick, like he is doing again.
Perfect.
Does this... Wait, quick rules question. Returning sick means I can't advance to the next level.
Correct.
Yes.
You can't advance your skills at all.
Well, but I don't know if leveling is counted as... I mean, obviously leveling is advancement, but 6 specifically blocks skills. We should double check it blocks level.
We'll check
level. And I'm not sure, like, at what point during the time in town. Like, if you clear it up in town, it feels like you should be able to level up.
Yeah.
I'll look for that.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. If you can swing getting rid of your sick condition, you do automatically level up. So
cool.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm shooting for. All right. How about you, Sean? How you doing?
Back to me. All right. I'm playing Bryn Stormcaller. She's had a lot of lack of luck with trusting humans. They tend to lie to her consistently and disappoint her even more.
Hey.
Sometimes present company included, sometimes not. I'm keeping my belief right now, which is, how do you tell if a human's lying to you? They open their mouth. And because so far, at least while Sirica's in our presence, I feel like that belief is strong. My goal is I will see Sirica brought to justice, and my instinct is, when in town, report to the Castellan.
Yes.
So how about you, Virgil? What's up with you and Linus? And sorry, not Linus, and Cadence.
Yeah, I'll be playing Cadence Cernadolin, the elf, today.
I love that name. Every week. Every week it gets me.
I'm feeling pretty good about the session because I'm not starting out with like 20 terrible conditions. I had an all right week. My cat had to have a surgery, which was a bit costly, and my poor cat is having to recover for a couple of weeks, but it's recovering well, so that's good. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of games. I'm excited because I get to play in Saga of the Icelanders soon, which I have not played before, but I hear great things about. And I'm going to be playing The Boy, and I plan on being so troublesome. It's going to be an amazing show. Let's see, my belief has been the same this entire time, but I've now changed it. You know what, Sean? I think you're going to love this stuff. Belief. Okay. You can't trust any of the humans in the keep.
Yep, I'm all for it.
Goal, sell this tiara for a good price. And I've written down more than four dice. So that's what I consider a good price for it. Instinct, spy on the humans.
You might have to put a condition on that, but I think you could say, when in town, spy on the humans.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like when in town, sure. Because I am going to be doing that whenever I get a chance.
Okay, I've got mine all set up, and it's funny. I promised that I was in the process of writing this before we got to Cadence, but I'm switching my belief to the real monsters here are the people of the keep, because from what we've seen, like the monsters in the caves, like there are beasts there, but the intelligent creatures there seem to just be kind of at the shit end of everything, whereas the people in the keep have been like much more willing to willfully misdirect us and yeah.
I just hope by next time we get to the next town phase, we're all like, now we're raiding the town and living in the cave.
The dungeon is the keep.
To be clear, like I don't think that like Linus really thinks that the monsters in the cave are good people exactly. He just thinks that the humans here are actually worse for the most part. Like actually I'm going to clarify that the real monsters here are the leaders of the keep, because like there's fine folks there, but we've come across so much awful stuff being done by the humans, whereas it seems like all the monsters of the caves are just kind of trying to survive. Goal. So I kind of want something interesting in here. I think Linus has figured out a little bit about like the need for self-care. So I'm going to write, in order to help others, I need to take care of myself first. Like he's kind of in a bad state, and Cadence is actually worse, but if I don't help myself, it's just, we tend to spiral. So Linus is going to try to learn that self-care is important. And instinct, the crippler has a darker purpose. I must find it. So angling to do a role in town for probably the like find leads kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Awesome.
Ah, there it is.
Cool.
I was just wondering about the map.
Yeah. Awesome. Then I think we should be good to go.
We should do a last on.
Yeah.
So someone should do
just do a quick prologue, and then we can talk about arriving back at the keep.
Yeah. Who did the prologue last time?
I believe it was Virgil.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is too bad because he is kind of in the worst spot. I can probably take it. I'm getting out my notebook right now to help me remember what I was doing. Because I believe that we don't have our, I can't easily see everybody's conditions, but I believe that.
Yeah, you're right. That is an oversight by me. So we'll just bring us over to regular screen for now.
I don't know. Who is going to have a harder time here? Basil with sick or me with exhausted?
Is sick even one you can get rid of with this?
Yeah. So sick can be there's a few ways to get rid of sick, right? Sick cannot be removed by the prologue.
Oh,
right.
Okay. So then it's me.
So
yeah, it's all you.
I actually totally forgot that was a rule. Thank you for the reminder. Let me.
It's up to exhausted. I think it's hungry, thirsty, afraid, and exhausted. I think or angry.
We should check if exhausted. I mean, I'll do it no matter what. Actually, that's a good point because somebody's got to do it, and it can't be Virgil. But hopefully, I'm going to get rid of exhausted right here because then I don't have to stay in the inn. Otherwise, I'm probably going for the inn just to make sure that I can get rid of that exhausted. Okay, so last time we led in by kind of debating what to do with Sirica after the events of the session before that, and basically ended up kind of saying, actually, I don't note exactly what we said, but we didn't stick around with her. So we ended up foraging to try to make sure that we had checks for camp, and went into our camp and did a bunch of recovery. I finally actually managed to make a map. Basil recovered exhausted. Basically, almost everybody sucked it up in one way or another to get rid of a condition. And then Bryn woke up in the night and took Linus's map to head into the Redstone Cave and returned with the books from the torture chamber that we had debated going all in for. And oh yeah, sorry, Sirica was at the camp because then Bryn took Sirica's magic helm.
And her spear.
And her spear, yep. And then we basically decided that we better head back into town and try to not be in such a sad state because we've got some of the tougher conditions and we need to take care of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty much last session.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
For the audience who isn't familiar with old Looney Tunes, I did not actually take her spear. Although someone should probably take her mace.
Oh yeah.
But that was just a reference to my spear and magic helmet.
Yeah, I got it now. I kind of was like, okay, it's not in my notes, but I'm going to trust you on it. Like, sure,
I was just my spear and magic helmet. Sorry.
But her mace, we don't believe her mace is magic, do we?
I don't think it is. Her armor is though. We haven't like stripped her plate mail off. So
I think that's incorrect. I think you guys would have known that the mace is at least, if not magical, very worth considering. It's completely jet black, or excuse me, it's made out of the stone of the keep. Like it's got like red in it.
Well.
Yeah. Why don't you take that mace, Basil? Just
take one look at my stout club and one look at that. Weigh them in both hands, and then throw the club behind me.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, my club's not magical, is it?
No, hold on. Go in the bush. Damn it. Go in the bush.
No, that was a stick that you started calling a club after you picked it up.
Yeah. All right. So I should be the redstone. Was that what the?
Yeah, you can call it like a. Yeah, I mean it's like chaos mace essentially.
Yeah, I'm just gonna write that right in there.
I mean, chaos mace is better. Yeah.
Chaos mace in your face, in Bryn's face. And we should really take her armor. I mean, I realize it's impractical to take somebody out of their armor, but with enough people, it's met plate mail. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, so it's plate mail. Do you need plate mail?
I don't. Would you use it? Because I don't think any of us would use plate mail.
I think either Basil or Bryn could wear it.
I mean, if you want it, it's yours. Not that I would turn down plate mail. I'm just saying that.
I think the one downside of plate is that it
it half copied to you. I was giving you the details of what the mace does for you.
Oh,
but apparently it truncated itself and decided to post half of it.
Wait, where is this? Where is it?
It's still doing it. Why are you? I'm posting it in Roll20, but it just
in Roll20. I'm on the wrong screen on Roll20. Yep. Some of us have one monitor.
All right. I should have just did it in Zoom chat. This is my mistake.
I'm here. I got it.
Yeah. All right. So if you can't read it, that's all. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I like it.
So before we forget, looking at page 58, you can recover from exhausted. We're doing the prologue. That is included. So yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I feel satisfied by Linus's recap.
Mm-hmm. I got the basics at least. Cool. That means that actually my time in town, I'll keep that goal. That goal is slightly less important. To worry about like getting rid of exhausted, but I'm good.
Yeah. Hey, Lauren, that would be fantastic if you could tell us the ways. I mean, I assume that the way you get into plate mail is by having someone help you do it. So I assume that the way you would get out is by also having other people do it. But yeah, Lauren Danger, if you want to let us know about the specifics of taking plate mail off of someone.
But this is also magic plate mail, so I assume you can kind of just slap it on there and it self tightens up.
I don't think any of us have
Iron Man
opener.
Okay, so who was strapping on that magic armor?
Well, I think we should probably ask Eric. Yeah, is it possible for us to remove it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
putting her down.
I mean, you guys, I gotta reiterate again because I know we didn't play in 2 weeks, but like, especially when you're talking about how you don't trust everybody in the keep itself, you know, I mean, Sirica's just a little bit ahead of you all in terms of what you're feeling, and she's not at this point. Like she knows about her fate, but she's not afraid to like she kind of sees it, right? She sees the tenuousness of your situation.
Yeah,
Right.
Between the keep using you and the caves trying to survive themselves.
It seemed like she was pretty confident until Bryn came back with the books, and then she started kind of trying to to wheel and deal. But even if she's convicted, that doesn't necessarily put us in like a great position. So yeah, I think she's been around the block a couple times.
Yeah, well, she doesn't believe that anybody's innocent, and she's been willing to say that. Like she's on record being like, and anyone who works at that keep, they should know what they're getting into. No one there is innocent.
Yeah,
there's a war, and there's a war that has no innocence.
I think that's a perspective that Bryn would not.
Yeah.
For too long. She didn't do it for a little while and be like, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, no, she's definitely like a militant extremist.
Yeah, that's cool. So she's not just like, I'm twirling my evil mustache. It was
no,
you follow my plan. It's like, yep, I'm doing what I got to do.
No, I don't want to like bore you all with like the story and all, but like I'm sure she's brought it up after like seeing the things she saw in the war and how people were treated after the war. Mm-hmm. And then she was like, this is bullshit.
All right.
Yeah, well, Bryn could relate to that for sure. So yeah, if she is dropping, I don't know, pearls of wisdom isn't the right term, but if she's dropping her
Pearls
background,
of wisdom?
Well, just her perspective.
Now, and then some pompous rich asshole shows up, calls himself king, and subjugates even more people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
breaks promises left and right, and everyone just puts up with it. Yeah, you know, like that's she didn't really have any skin in the game here per se, but like particularly maybe against the Duke, but just in general, just like this is just the last straw for her, and she's like, I can't, I'm done with this.
Now she doesn't even have any armor in the game,
right? But but it's all like Brent's like all in agreement with all that until it's and then feed people to the undead. Like, oh yeah, sure, right, I agree. Like men are terrible. Like or like people are terrible.
Yeah, your kings are awful. It takes a couple 100 years to get good at being a king, and they're all dead by then.
Yeah. It was your kind that built this place, Elf.
Yeah, very good kings. Hundreds and hundreds of years of experience.
I think I'm going to do something interesting.
Yes.
Oh man, but that's going to be a pain for my resources. But we have okay, so what I'm debating doing for doing the prologue, I actually have the option of
nature
instead of a condition. And if I take nature, then I'm at full nature. And then if I manage to recover my exhausted condition while we're in the town, I will actually be fresh at the start of our next adventure, which would be really nice.
So it might be tactically better for you to...
It might be, but recovering that exhausted condition basically means that I have to stay at the inn.
Mm-hmm. Which is, I think, 2 dice?
2.
Dice. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lifestyle cost of 2. I only have resources of 1.
Yep. And we don't have we've not brought a lot of treasure back.
And we're not bringing much treasure back. So, like, I'm not sure if that's worth doing.
And you got to work on your goal, too.
Yeah, of taking care of myself first. I mean, in some ways, this is the best way to take care of myself first, if it works. Mm-hmm. I do have Fate and Persona to pour into some of those recovery checks.
I meant Crippler, but yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. But the Crippler with my instinct, I should be able to get that, like a roll for that for free.
Without incurring lifestyle?
That's what it says on page 93.
Yeah,
Using
well
instincts in town does not count towards your lifestyle cost.
Oh, well played.
So I don't know, like the big thing is it comes down to that resources check on the way out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the safer move is definitely to get rid of exhausted. That's a hard health check for you to make. But if you throw some persona into it and you pass it, then that's another success on a health test. Or if you fail it, it's a fail on a health test. So it's towards health advancing.
And resources on a resources check, can I still use Fate and Persona, or is there something special about?
You can't use Fate or Persona on that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
What about traits?
Or no, wait. I think you can use Fate or Persona. You can't use traits or that kind of stuff.
I think Fate or Persona is the only thing you can use on resources.
Correct.
You can use supplies, basically like cash.
Yeah.
I've got a big enough stock of Fate and Persona. I think I'm just going to go for it, actually. I think that I'm going to recover my nature and then try and get rid of my exhausted in town. I know is risky, but I think I've got the Fate and Persona to make it work.
Sure. Yeah, I have no problem. We just been talking and preparing. I have no problem you changing it for the prologue, what it is either. That sounds great.
But, I may really regret this choice, but hey, that's what Torchbearer is for.
I was going to say.
It's making bad choices?
Yeah, pretty much.
If we didn't want to regret our choices, we wouldn't be playing Torchbearer.
Yup.
All right. So you guys don't need to check to get back because of the map. You're carrying your hostage in tow, or I guess your prisoner in tow.
Now, wait, let's quick decide between Bryn and I who gets this armor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry.
It's
Bryn and Basil. I have to reduce my bleed here.
So here's the downside. Your
dietetics.
Yeah.
Oh God. Here's the downside of plate is that it's worn too, which means you can't wear plate mail and a backpack.
Yeah.
Right.
It's also like a huge factor in pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a factor in testing for exhausted. Bryn hasn't had her level 2 ability is that I know it works with chain. I assume it works with plate as well. Her level 2 ability is that armor doesn't wear her down, so it doesn't mess up. It increases her to recover.
Oh, right.
But what it does is it subtracts 1 success from opponents' attacks or feints, and then only on a 1 to 2 is the armor damaged or destroyed. And I don't know what its magical abilities are. But yeah, so it's not like vastly better than chain, and the fact that it takes 2 slots is really a bummer. We could sell it, which would be sad, but
it's definitely sellable.
What's that?
Treasure.
Yeah, it's definitely sellable. Like unlike other, gear can't be and stuff. If it's less than 4 dice of treasure or whatever, and supplies, you could absolutely sell that armor.
Yeah.
So if it comes down to,
we get a real good roll for whatever what's it called? Haggling. We get like an epic haggling roll.
oh yeah, we will. Trust me on that.
Maybe we want to sell it.
Yeah,
I got that covered.
Right? I mean, neither of you guys are chomping at the bit for it, and we could definitely use the coin to.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so sad to throw away magic plate mail, but while we're in the state of needing to shove every bloody thing we can into a backpack, I
maybe the magic of the plate mail is that it comes with its own backpack.
Can we tell its abilities? Can we tell if it is particularly light or anything like that?
No, it's remarkably well kept. It is, like it seems to resist being damaged, like through wear and tear.
What does it taste like?
You gonna lick it?
Yes.
You lick it?
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's lick a magic item. That is always a smart thing to do.
That's great.
It gives you obviously like the metallic tang. It has a vague acrid component to it. Like the oils treated to it are not, or are extremely
Not
toxic.
cooking oils,
Yeah,
you
no.
mean, Eric?
No, there was some sort of special oil treated on this a while ago. Or maybe it was water, like scented water, or some sort of. It was clearly glazed with something, or freshened with something.
Glazed. Yeah, I think Basil, if you want it, go for it. Otherwise, I think I will take it though. It seems real silly to throw away magic armor.
Well, yeah, so I feel like as a party, the best move is for you to take it, and then I'll take your chainmail.
Yeah.
Over, and then if anybody wants my leather, my scented leather.
Your scented leather.
Yeah, it's basil scented.
Wah.
Don't.
Yeah, I have leather armor on.
I don't think either of them can wear.
Yeah.
I don't think either the elf or the ranger can wear anything heavier than leather. In fact, I don't think Linus can wear anything.
Yep.
Wait,
because he's a magician.
Yeah.
So that sounds good to me.
Yep,
and I'll get a
let's do
satchel when we get in town, and that'll actually make me more mobile because plate does not add to dungeoneering and fighter tests, but backpacks do. So we're always dropping our backpacks, but satchels don't. So
good.
I'll just have to deal with carrying less stuff. That's fine.
Yeah.
So, Eric, can I ask you just a couple of rules questions that may affect how
strategize?
I do things. So it sounds like when you recover, the rules kind of mention leveling up in town. Let me get the exact reference here. Once you've spent the required amounts and returned to town, you level up. And then there's a subheader, spending in town. Rewards spent after entering town can only be redeemed for a new level after you've left town for another adventure and returned. So does that mean that when we enter town, we have to already be like, is that when we check the ability to level up? I know we did this before. So if we're exhausted, if you're sick when you get to town, is Basil going to be locked out of?
I'm locked out.
Let's double check that sick prevents you from leveling. It prevents you from raising your skills. But I just want
I'm checking.
Oh yeah, you're right. We never checked that part. Okay.
Yeah, let's make sure that that's actually the case.
What's the numbers for level 3 anyways? For Fate and Persona?
6 and 6. I think.
I know you cannot level up twice.
7 and 6.
7 and 6, okay.
For level 3?
Yeah.
No?
I mean, you guys are effectively, you guys should be around level 3.
Oh, yeah, I think we
if
all
not
are.
More. But
I have 11 Fate, 18 Personas.
That is spent or that you have?
Spent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll probably be level 4. If
you do roll a lot. But no, you can only level up once per town phase. So if you're not that, you only go to level 2.
I think I can level up at 6.
You can. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because it seems like it's just I can't advance skills or abilities.
Yep.
Okay. So the other thing that I know that we are like several minutes in, but I did look at my level benefit this time, and it's a new circle of spells, which means that I need some circle of something of that circle to cast. Could I rewrite my instinct to the crippler as power? I've never I need to spend time in town.
When town get spells from the crippler.
Yeah, basically, like that is actually a much higher priority to me than finding out what's going on with him.
It's like, I don't care what you're up to.
But I know we are like 30 minutes in, and this is what I wrote. So like, I'm also fine with sticking with it if we want to, go with the letter of the book.
I think we're gonna stick with it.
Okay, I'll have to find a way to.
We'll cover your bills, I'm sure.
Yeah. I've dug myself a pretty deep hole here. So we'll find out how this works.
All right.
Okay. For in terms of the procedure for entering town, so there's a couple things that happen, right? But leveling up is part of that, but also do we have any rations we need to worry about? I know Cadence has a couple of rations, but they should be fine. They are fresh rations. Technically, fresh rations spoil, but yours don't because they're elven.
Mm-hmm.
Mine are preserved. I'm good.
Yep, preserved ones are good. You level up, and that's it. And then if you want, we haggle.
Okay. Does anyone know what the ranger gets for level 3? I don't have the book.
Looking.
Oh wait, do I?
Essence of the Earth. +1 die to recover from exhaustion. Elves are hardy folk, as you keep telling us.
Oh, I'm now a thaumaturge.
I'm merely an acolyte.
Yep, I'm just a level 3 dwarf.
We are a humble crowd.
That's pretty great because I am exhausted. I mean, it's literally the next thing I have to do is try to not be exhausted anymore.
Yeah. So I have a level ability that affects all of you.
What?
So I have 2 choices. I can either choose to be stubborn or a minor. If I'm stubborn, what happens is whenever I would be reduced to 0 disposition in a conflict, instead one of you takes my dispo instead. I basically don't fall down in a conflict. I stay up, and other people take my disposition. And if I'm a minor, it reduces factors in all tests to detect traps, pitfalls, collapsing features. And also I can expound upon the nature and the depth and the characteristics of tunnels and mines. So reducing factors to detect and expound upon all these things.
I mean, that's interesting, but I do most of the scouting, like in the caves. I mean, you actually did go in by yourself last session.
Yeah, but in general, I agree. Usually you're the one going forward and doing all the
like
scouting.
Yeah, you had like a map for like how to get to where you were going and stuff.
Exactly.
I kind of feel like you're a pretty good person to still be up in the fight usually.
Yeah, it just means I think stubborn makes sense, but I wonder how everyone feels about, essentially them going down instead of Bryn. I don't.
No. I mean, personally, as Cadence,
I'll do it.
At this point, he would dive in front of an arrow for you or a blade.
Aww. All right, I will take stubborn then. Seems to fit, Bryn. Plate tastes like iron with hints of sweat and random animal bits. Thanks, Lauren. Also, if anyone's in chat, Lauren has given us like the full dressing down on how you remove
amazing.
If I want to like really understand, I'm gonna have to look up some terms though. I'm like, okay, the coiters and the rear bracers, I can figure out that. But gorget, I think I know what that is.
It's this piece, I think.
Yeah. And the arming doublet is the undershirt, right?
We're gonna spend the game. Like, hold on, what are all the pieces of plate now? I'm sure we could.
I imagine everyone looking like an IKEA assembly.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Complete with hex wrench.
Yeah.
That's a bummer that Epi doesn't get to level, but everyone else is done doing that now. Right?
No, I do.
Level. It doesn't. It only blocks enhancement of like individual skills.
Oh, okay. So what did you get?
I'm gonna get another spell when time comes to roll for spells.
Sweet.
Or die of illness.
Or die of illness trying.
Yeah.
Oh, and so when you're no longer sick, if you had the checks for advancement on a skill, does it happen immediately?
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
sick doesn't remove checks.
But you can't get checks while sick.
Yeah, no, I'm just last time I wasn't able to advance cartographer because I was sick, but I had all the checks needed, and then I sucked it up, so I was no longer sick.
Yep.
But now I need to, I wanted to make sure, do I have to make another cartographer check, or is it just as soon as okay.
I think it's as soon as you do it.
Yep.
Woohoo, I'm a better cartographer.
Woot. Yeah, you are. Made a good map.
Yeah. And I found out something really cool. I wrote down the Crippler as my mentor, and whenever I level up, once per level, he will inscribe into my spellbook a spell that he knows.
Nice.
So that part's taken care of.
Wow, that's pretty great.
Who knows what spell it'll be, but I'm getting a spell out of it somehow.
Yep.
Well, his name is the Crippler.
Yeah. Well, last time he gave me a spell of friendship, so I'm not sure.
It's an ironic name, like Little John.
It is an ironic name because
The Crippler, yeah.
that spell turned out to like be horrifying.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm a monster.
Yeah. It probably has occurred to you that they've had to use that in a tight spot to get out of situations to convince people to,
So
Yeah.
Are conditions next in order of operation?
No. Once we've
Now
done,
we do like the entering town parts.
yeah. So you guys have already gotten rid of all of our rations. You guys have now begun to level up. We are entering town now. There's no event for me to have. It is more or less a typical time at the keep. The blue lions are still obviously around guards. You can see the parapets on the tops of the keeps are still underused. While they may have some ballista up there, they're not necessarily armed or they in good shape.
Oh, I should do my haggling right now, right?
Yeah, I think if we wanted to haggle now, that would be a good time.
All right.
I feel like upon return, I'm looking at it like a little bit from like even more of an outsider. Like I'm like, well, these people don't even take care of what they've got. They not even prepared to protect what they have.
There's a restless quality to the keep this time.
Oh.
Yeah. When we check in with Corporal Casimir, because I think every time we check in, we had like sign in who we are. I ask about Yogan the Castellan, if he is still in the keep, if he's available.
Yeah.
We went on this mission for him. We've returned with information. I'm gonna obviously make a circles roll to round him up, but I'm just sort of priming the pump with like that's how I'm gonna.
Right. No, a circle. I don't think a circles would be necessary because like they're corporal of the watch. So I think to get them is kind of just fictionally appropriate, especially because of the mission and all. Also, you're holding a priestess cap as a prisoner right now.
Yep.
Which probably would have drawn the attention of the corporal of the watch in the first place.
Perfect. Awesome.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, right. So I tell Casimir, we've come back with news of the caves of chaos and the enemies within, and I kind of like push Sirica forward a little bit. We have proof of her working with the Lord of Chaos within there, and then like I kind of like toss like heft like the backpack onto the counter with like the heavy books. That fill half of it.
Yeah,
I want to speak with the Castellan.
Right, and Casimir's kind of flabbergasted, and he actually delegates the books over. Like he like looks at the books. He's holding it upside down, and it's like, Havel, look, take it over. And remember, Havel's the geeky looking,
Havel's like the friendly
last one, scribe one, and
Yeah.
flips the book over and looks around and looks over and is like, looks legit, sir. And Casimir spits, like at the feet of Sirica, being like,
So do I. Just in solidarity,
just how could you, after everything that Castellan's done for you, and just this kind of like sense of betrayal, and just does like the thumb, you guys can go away, and just kind of stares in disbelief, angry, fuming.
Can I leave her in his will he, I don't really want to tote her around. I turn to Casimir and I say her fate will be determined by the Castellan, I'm sure. But
oh yeah, they can lock him up in like the brigger, I guess. Yeah, the jail.
Right. Oh, because we also have her cronies too.
Mm-hmm.
They got to go. Yeah. The way the keep is sort of set up, you can kind of tell from the picture here, is that for the most part, most of the hubbub activity is in the inner or outer courtyard, and then there's an inner courtyard, which has a another internal wall facing it, and that is sort of like the. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a castle architect. I can't tell you what the internal stronghold part of a keep is, but that is sort of like the Blue Lions. Like that's where the armory is. That's where like most of the more militaristic parts, not necessarily the blending of the mercantile, civilian, and
Right.
unless it's like obviously ostensibly like stables and things that could be used quickly near the door, right? So they have to usher. Excuse me. They have to usher the prisoners to that part as well, and obviously that's where the Castellan would be as well. So then
Cool.
you guys walk for a little bit together, and everyone kind of like looks over and kind of shock, like everyone you kind of pass.
I tip
someone
my tiara to people as we go by.
Someone, I'm sure.
Some interest.
You see, I think as some color, you see a pair of blue lions who are like kind of leaning on, like near the stables, like one of those places where like a horse trough, like where they would feed. They're leaning on it, and you see someone pass money over to another person's open hand, just being like, "Damn, can't believe you called it," kind of thing. Like,
right. Somebody won a bet based on us returning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not the prisoner thing. It's just that you guys are still
It's
alive.
just that we survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. So I think that mechanically, though, the first thing we need to do is Basil needs to decide
Yeah.
to haggle.
Yeah.
Before we get into anything else.
All right. So this keep, is this a remote village?
No. This
Bustling metropolis? A
no.
busy crossroads?
I think I had it as crossroads.
Okay. I love that. More than anything else. All right. Haggling, but I'm sick, so I'm only using 2 dice. But I am being foolhardy about this. I am running in and I am just touting us as the triumphant adventurers returning, showing off my fancy new mace and
Right.
Maybe I can
So
give you
you're
like
going. Sorry.
give you like the amulet and the tiara to like
right.
wave around.
Just putting it out
So-
like so.
You were kicked out of here. Epi,
Right.
Right. Like Basil was kicked out of here last time, and now you have like Macklemore's thrift shop playing, like, coming in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
mace and this crowd.
Yeah. Let's do this. So I guess that doesn't really help with. No, that helps with haggling, right? I'm like, hey, I'm your buddy now, and I'm your buddy, and
Yeah.
I'm your buddy, and you're going to give us the buddy prices because what you want are winners who are going to return to you alive and not undead. Pointing to amulet.
Look how not undead I am.
Yeah, look-
check out
look-
this. Check out
Look
this
how
pulse
living
I've
I
got.
am.
Look at this sweet pulse.
Yeah.
I got this tight flowing blood thing going on.
And if you want to be on the same side as the person the gods chose to be on their side, then you gotta. So yeah, that's. I'm
You gotta give
hopefully
us a good
that's
deal.
foolhardy.
Team living life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get helps on? I can't really get helps on.
I don't
this
think it'd
though.
help, but you could, if you wanted to, you could totally spend a persona to tap your nature for boasting about like all the things you're doing.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
You could, it's just a skill roll. I don't think we can help you, but in all other ways, it's just a skill
Yeah.
roll.
Keep in
All
mind, this is not a graduated test. If you just get above the
Right.
obstacle, you just get the higher result on the table
Yeah.
rather than what you roll.
Yeah. So the table roll itself can just be a shit roll.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, I'm just gonna go with this. I'm actually rather low on persona.
Oh.
I know I don't act it, but
You are a river to your people.
a river to my people. Oh, it's exact.
Hey.
Oh,
Nice.
do we need a check?
No, you hit it. You don't need to.
No,
it's not
I'm
versus
just
test. You don't need to like get over it or anything like that.
okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying, if we needed a check, I could break this in favor of are against this.
Nah,
but no,
it's,
all right,
it's not a tie. You hit
we'll
the
do
eye.
it.
You did it.
Okay. So you do it, but that's not enough for Torchbearer and haggling. You now roll 3d6. I think it's more fun if you do it,
Sure.
and than me, because you succeeded. You have the option of picking this result or one step higher.
Yeah. Here we go.
I will read them to chat when we go. So you got a 10. So you have the option between 10 or an 11. A 10 is thriftiness. You add a die to resources for your lifestyle tests this time in town. An 11 is an interesting item, which means you can take one die of extra cash for one piece of loot other than coins or gems.
Oh man, those are both good.
Yeah.
Basically, either make like the tiara or something else more valuable, or add to your lifestyle test.
Well, okay. Here's where I'm sitting. I got resources 0.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thriftiness makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with thriftiness. Yeah, because aside from the tiara, we really don't have things to sell here.
No, I mean, since we're keeping the stuff we took off of what's her butt, I mean, we could probably like take the things from her cronies, but town doesn't value that stuff.
Yeah,
No.
Why would they? It smells like cronies.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm going to go with the thriftiness here because I need that die.
Okay, so keep in mind you have an additional die for resources for when it comes time to calculate your lifestyle when we leave town.
Sounds good.
Cool. So we got some locations. We have stables, tavern, market square, the guilds, namely a smithery, and then we got sirens, and there's a flop house. There is no inn in the keep. It is not that fancy.
Dang it! There's no inn in the keep. I'd forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
There's the tavern where you can recover. There's the Brave Bone Tavern and there's the flop house.
Yeah, I need to. Well, except let me look at tavern.
So for exhausted, I need to go to the
Flophouse makes you give you one free recovery test, and you may recover one additional condition.
But you can't. Like, I need an inn or better to get rid of exhausted. There's no way for me to get rid of exhausted in this town.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is there no recovery test for exhausted?
No, Flophouse says you cannot exclude.
Oh,
it excludes exhausted or sick.
Oh,
Tavern is
Flophouses.
Flophouse says you make one free recovery test. You may recover one additional condition, excluding exhausted or sick. I think the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, you think the first one can be?
Okay, so I can get exhausted and then also get afraid gone?
I had always read that as like that exclusion applied to both sentences, but I like your reading better because it benefits me, so I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, this whole time, this is a really good point. I've always interpreted it the way Sean did. Like, that was my default. Now that you've said it, both of them do make sense. But I think for purposes, we're going to go with Sean's interpretation.
If you look at the way the sentence structure works,
because the lifestyle cost part.
Yeah, exactly. And excluding exhausted or sick is in parentheses in the one sentence that says an additional condition. Yeah.
Because there's a lifestyle cost part of it that says +1 or 1 plus an additional 1 if the additional recovery test is made. So it sounds like there were two. The previous paragraph is alluding to two separate things.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy to assume that is the case because otherwise I'm in deep trouble.
Yeah.
I will join you at that flop house then.
Yeah, I'm headed to the flop house, everybody.
Yay!
Flop house time. And the tavern, so we know our other options. The tavern is where you can go to drink, find rumors, hire help, tell tales, and do other things like that. So it is not a
recovery.
And drinking, well, you can get rid of hungry and thirsty, angry and afraid there.
Yeah.
As long as you get enough drinks. And the first one is just hungry and thirsty.
In the stables, you can't do anything.
You can hide out from the law.
You can hide out from the law, right? But you can't do any recovery. So the only recovery options, except for from angry and afraid are the Flophouse. So yes, I think Flophouse all around.
Okay, so I'm going to try to recover exhausted because that is the thing that I need to recover.
Sounds good.
So it's a health check. I have 2 health. Help traits, supplies, or other modifiers. I'm going to go ahead and dump 3 persona in there.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I got to make this test or I'm in a really bad shape.
No, it's great.
And
It's
I've got enough to do it. So,
Yep, do it. It's just funny when you were like, the priorities here.
I mean, yeah, like this is like I'm now going to be up to 5 dice for an Ob 3 test, which is not too bad. And I have fate to hopefully make things better.
Yeah.
But I got to do what I can.
Do it.
And my ob here is 3. No.
Well,
there's a 6. Okay, well, I'm going to roll 1d6. Exploding and hope. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Sorry.
Okay. And I don't think that I can use like wises or traits and stuff on recovery tests.
I mean, I don't see why you couldn't use a wise.
Yeah.
But no, but I love the idea though. You can't rest. I mean, this place is probably giving you some social anxiety. It's a flop house. It's a pretty busy place.
If it's giving me social anxiety, I actually think that gives me my leverage for bringing in my wise because I'm Caves of Chaos wise. I've slept in worse places than this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Linus, he totally starts to feel that, and then he just like really calms himself down with like, I have slept in the Caves of Chaos. Like, it's not. Yeah.
There are no zombies here.
Like these are awful people, but
they
there's a
don't
whole lot more
actually eat your flesh right when they see you.
Yeah, I mean, like the threats
that.
here are worse, but they're longer ranging.
Yeah. At least the naked people here are alive.
Yeah.
Is this a bit like City Mouse trying to sleep in the country and there's not enough noises of things trying to kill him?
Okay, so that wise brings in 1 more dice.
I love the idea that you're trying to focus and you're almost at that point of focusing, and like then the door opens again and it's like one of the workers at the flop house comes in and goes, "Oh hey, you don't happen to be friends of the Crippler, are you?"
Yeah, that's probably exactly what happens.
Right, and they come in and they're holding a message for you, and like. And they give you this missive, and they say, he's and you can tell like based on her face and her kind of demeanor, it's kind of like a like she's not in her mind. Like maybe your magical sight is also giving you a little bit here, but like she's kind of compelled, right? And she goes here, like this one's for you. And she gives it to you and then walks off and you know she's like, and then like as she like leaves, like maybe like the door like slams and then like it opens a little bit and you see her just like rubbing her head being like, what was it
Why did I do that? Yeah. Because I can tell that she's like obviously not entirely of her own mind. Like I will not say anything to her or like mess with her, kind of like if it, you know, don't shock a sleepwalker kind of thing. Like I just take it and let her go. And I'm trying to look up the recovery roll to figure out if I could actually
save it still.
I mean, I still have more fate and persona. If I can do the aha or deeper understanding.
I think you can only use a wise once though.
And I've already done that. Okay, I do not recover exhausted.
Sorry, dude.
That sucks. The good news is that you have a new spell from your mentor. That's what has been given to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
And in fact, it's purposefully applicable It is Greybeard's Bane. It is the spell that you just saw cast that makes people forget about what they were doing
That's useful.
momentarily.
I will look that up and take my notes on it. I'm just
Yeah,
scrounging my sheet for anything else I could have done here, but
I feel personally attacked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm in pretty bad shape. It's been a rough adventure. So I go around and ask some of the other people in the flop house if they'll like sing to me while I go to bed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for pay your dues for some gold. You can totally have someone sing for you. Whatever lullaby you want.
And
actually no. I take that back. I'm sorry. No, they will, but they're reticent to sing for an elf.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Like, who wants that gig?
Right.
Who wants that gig to sing for an elf? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm probably better off.
I mean, the money's fine, but like still, like
cats of a human.
Right. There is all the humans are very skeptical, and I don't think there's any elves here.
Yeah, no. Okay, interesting. Let's do this roll. So it is a what is it? Will? No, health.
Yeah.
Health test. I have health 4.
Yeah. So like he or she, whoever works at the flop house, is like their best singer, and they're gonna step up, and everyone kind of goads them to do this.
I will just go ahead and use 3 persona as well. Oh wait, but that's not in traits. That goes in. Or wait, does that go in traits? Maybe it does. Hold on. Testing health.
You're testing recovering from exhaustion, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that should be Ob 3, I think.
But you have plus 1D because you are an untiring elf.
Oh yeah,
that's your new level ability.
Okay. So then I can do 4 helping dice. Definitely. 3.
Nice.
Yes.
Great.
I imagine they sing a rustic country ballad called "The Wait." So
yeah, it's not like the gentle voice that puts me to sleep. It's the just boring, monotonous repetition of the notes. So uninventive. And I drift off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Wait, do I automatically get afraid, or is that how does the bonus thing work?
No, you have another recovery. So it's not a free thing.
Okay, it's a free.
Yeah,
you charge extra. They charge extra for it.
Okay.
But you would, if you want to increase your lifestyle by an additional 1, you totally could take another recovery attempt.
Yeah, let's try to get rid of this afraid.
Yeah.
Now you might wine helps recover from afraid, and wine is available.
We could buy wine later, huh?
You can buy
That's
wine
fine.
in the market, and it doesn't take lifestyle to buy stuff. It takes
Cool.
resources test,
Yeah,
but
let's wait until we sell some stuff.
yeah.
Does it?
That's a fine
But-
idea.
We don't need to take camp to get rid of that. Then we could just chug wine.
Well, you still need
gives
to
you a
be-
die.
You still need to be able to do a recovery test. You still need to be in a flop house or a tavern, someplace where you can recover from afraid or angry.
Yep.
But wine acts as supplies when recovering
Correct.
from afraid or angry. So, and since we can get wine easily here, it's not particularly expensive, I don't think. It seems sensible to drink some spirits to bolster yourself. In fact, wine, since we're probably going to be
Are we buying it? Is that the idea here?
That's my thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is go to market, buy wine. It's ob 1,
I mean,
right? Like it's pretty easy to get your skin filled with it. And and then you can make that test and have a, it does mean you're making a resources test to buy it, but.
And I only have resources one.
Basil can't.
Yeah. Well, no, I can't. No,
You gotta spend cash to do it, and then you can get your right. Like you've gotta.
All right, so we have to wait for these sales to happen.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to. Like you could just recover right now. But if you're low on dice and you're trying to figure out how to dice monger to recover from Afraid, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. And Afraid will prevent you from traits, beneficial traits, or is that angry?
No, just helping and using beginner's luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I do like to help. I think I'll test my luck with a roll.
Cool.
So it's a will test. Which I have 4 as well, I think. Yes.
That sounds right.
So I will spend my other persona. Why not? What was it? 3 for the test. It says right there, yes.
Ooh, strike out.
successes.
So that was 5 dice, no successes for those listening.
Oof.
Ouch.
Oh, my last persona too. Okay.
Yeah, no wise. And you're out of
my
persona.
rises are like just item. I mean,
Yeah, but if all you have left is fate, like that will let you at most reroll 1 die. So,
yeah.
Rerolling 1 die and getting a 6 and then exploding that into 2 more are.
That's some Eric dice rolling right there. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. What's that?
Cool.
Right.
Yeah,
anyone else?
I think it's a similar thing where I'm like kind of came back and was expecting to feel be like, oh, we're out of the caves, and then I lay down. I'm like, God, I don't feel safe here either. All these can't trust these people any more than I can trust an orc.
We all wrote beliefs about like how awful the keep is, and now the keep is being real bad to us.
Yeah. It's fitting. Basil, do you need to recover from anything?
Yeah, I'd like to recover at the flop house as well.
Cool.
I have this all set up. I'm going to try and get over my sickness the same way I always do, which is to sit and pray while shoving dirt in my mouth, I guess.
I'd love to help you out, man.
Yeah, well, if you want to just hold my
They do
hair
that
back.
here. Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's why I've got the taunt.
That's why you're tonsured, so you don't have to worry about the throwing up part. Your hair never falls in your face.
I'm going to spend 1 persona, so it's 6 dice versus 3. Here we go.
Hey.
Yeah!
Better than average. Good job.
Kill it. Kill it
Nice.
dead.
No longer sick.
Yes.
All right. Bryn doesn't actually have any conditions because she sucked them all up. Well, I was exhausted, recovered that in camp, and it sucked up both sick and injured. So yeah, Bryn's wants to talk to the Castellan.
Yogan.
But Yogan. But I don't know if you want to take a break first and then come back for all that sexy role playing we'll do, or if you want to jump into it, I'm happy to go talk to Yogan anytime.
No, I think a break's in order. I'm out of water, so let's do that. We're
good.
We're a little early for it, but that's fine. So don't go anywhere. We're plenty of more town action, and then we'll see what happens next on the second part here of the Keep on the Borderlands. So see you all on the other side of the break. It'll be about anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes. All right, so see you on the other side. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second part here of episode, I believe to be 15, might be 16. Sorry, of the Keep on the Borderlands. We are currently in town. We have just sucked at our condition recovery tests, but we're still going strong. Maybe.
It's good. It's good. Eric, I have a question about the dudes, Sirica's peeps, two guys. Blackies. Did they have any weapons on them?
Yeah, they did when they fought you. One of them stuck a knife to your ribs.
Yeah, that's true. Did one of them have a sword by any chance?
Yeah.
Could I take it?
Yeah, I think that's totally.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think both of them had swords.
Awesome. Brenda's gonna take the sword and give up her trusted crossbow. It's great, but it takes up too much space between that and the plate mail. She's just like,
they're functional.
They're functional. They're not
They're
great.
functional. They're not great. Your dwarven craftsmanship eyes can't help but eye the laziness.
A shrewd appraisal points out how they were made just good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Functional but not great is a good description of unworthy meat as well.
Yeah, exactly. Functional but not great sounds about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I'd like to meet with the Castellan.
Yeah, so we're gonna treat dwarf to dwarf. You guys had a mission for them, so I think it would be fair. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no
the fox and the feathers, and we had their like flag that
their banner.
Their banner that we sent back when we got like caught by some of the blue
lions. Yeah.
The blue lions, yeah, thanks. And they're like, "What are you up to?" And we're like, "Well, we found the fox and the feather, and here's proof." But we haven't come back to town yet, so that's at least going to be the premise for my meeting. With Hogan.
Yeah, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, my memory tells me you gave that group who came out like to follow you a bit of that banner, right, or the whole banner.
Yeah, I think Linus had it. So Sage, tell me if I'm correct.
I was just looking through what's in my pack, which says, wait, it must have been, we shuffled things around. I think somebody else has it now.
I think we gave it to them.
I think we gave it to them.
Okay, then we gave it all to them. Yeah.
You gave them the banner.
That's the other explanation for me not having it.
Right, totally. Okay, because you gave them the banner, I don't think it's required to do any sort of like circles or like formality stuff to get an audience with the Castellan.
Awesome.
Right. The commander of the Blue Lion forces in this area, aka the northern parts of the barony of Kelvin. Actually, I don't even know if this is technically in. I don't know. It's you're in the Borderlands. It's vague.
Yeah, it's vague.
Yeah. All right. So the Castellan looks surprised to see you. And I don't think the Castellan knows about your prisoner yet.
Cool.
So he comes in.
Do I still have the books, or did Casimir confiscate them?
No. You have had the option to take them, so I think I'm going to leave it to you.
Cool. I'll bring them in then.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So I sit. I think last time we had like kind of a big table where there was some drink, and I say kind of look at it. Sorry.
No. You're absolutely right. It's just like a small council table.
Yeah.
Right?
And I kind of like put my hand on the back of one of the chairs to indicate I would like to be invited to sit at your table, right? Like I'm waiting for like, oh, sit, tell me, report, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't think you've noticed it now before, but like this keep belonged to some family. right? And the chairs that they've brought out, like I think they've taken you to a new room. You're not in just like the courtroom or so, you know, like the functionary room of the hall. You're in like the private small chambers where they're doing some work here. And you can see like this is used to be like a small like family room. You can like the chairs here are still here. They have like the family crest of some Traladaran noble that they have you know, was on the wrong side of the war, and like they're just kind of in their space.
Just something we conquered and captured and took.
Yeah.
Or
You know, it's what you do.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, and so Yogan is surprised and elated a little bit to see you, and goes like, the conquerors have returned.
Yes.
I'm sure with loot aplenty, right?
A few things. Who's coming with? Out of curiosity.
I'm there.
Okay.
Wait, did the rules preclude us from doing that because we did the flop house, or?
I don't think so.
No, this is a freebie because he invited us.
Okay, then I'll be there.
Right?
Okay.
What do you think, Eric? Do you think it's only?
I think it
Only
was
me
kind of
and
just
Brett.
you, because you guys have to rest. Like you have to spend the night
that's
there
what I
to
was
rest.
thinking.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I really wanted to act kind of.
But we could all, but like
like
if you wanted to wait to the following day or whatever, then we could,
It's
right? But
fine.
once again, though, then there's the sleep expense waiting around thing, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess the kind of like the route is Bryn coming here as like her place to stay? In which case, we're off staying somewhere else, or is this just like a schedule, like a meet at some point during the day? In which case, kind of seems like we should.
Well, I think I can probably justify the reason why Bryn would go there is because it's her instinct when in town, report to the Castellan.
Right.
That normally you
It's
can't
certainly
help.
free for you.
Yeah. I think it's like very much justifiably a free, no lifestyle visit for me. And if we all do it, then it would be. So if everybody wants to be there, I'm totally happy with that. It doesn't like, I don't want to silence anybody, but I definitely want to report in early to Yogan. So we sort of set the tenor for the rest of the town phase.
Right.
Or at least
Right. Yeah. Like, right. I don't want to punish you guys, right, for your choices of rushing over there and not knowing that thing. Like that's not what I want to do. But like it did seem like based on with like how you said with the instinct and you're sort of driven of purpose, it seemed like you were doing this on your own, Bryn.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
If that's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, she says the Conquerors is not a name that I'm like the Conquerors. Kind of roll the name around in my mouth. I'm like, no, that's not our name.
Well, what is your name?
We do have a name.
Yeah,
We do have a
exactly.
name.
Exactly. We christened isn't the right word because it's context, but like we when we first entered the caves and the goblins, and we were in the clutches of the goblins, and broke out of captivity only because they decided not to eat us immediately. We knew that we were, and she like reaches over to like grab like a haunch of something. You know, we knew that we were then and forever unworthy meat, like toast sort of thing.
I think they laugh heartily. They're like, unworthy meat. Reminds me of my younger days, and you know, there's a lot in you that I see myself, a younger me, of course, in what you're doing. And why do you do what you do? The Blue Lions could really use someone like you.
Yeah, and it's still despite all these years, I mean, because it's her damn raiment, it's still on there, and she lifts up and says, "Yeah, I used to believe that too," and like lets her like the manacle like fall on the table, and like, until I was put in the dungeon of Kelviny, just trying to protect my rights to my land. And she like goes from like real jovial to like dead serious of like, yeah, because you guys are shit heels. That's why. Or not you guys, but like because the king is a shit heel, essentially, without saying it out loud.
Oh, he says, Baron, look, I'll be the first to say, Baron Desmond Kelvin, not a fan.
That makes two of us. But
we don't bite the hand that feeds us. And the lions need a lot of food.
Well, they won't if the Caves of Chaos continue. Food won't be your biggest issue if the Lords of Chaos continue with their plans. You got enemies from within, and they're not me for once. And she like takes the books out of her backpack and slides them over on the desk and says, "Your priest Sirica, she's been working with the Lord of Chaos inside the caves. You can find the brand on her arm, and I've got proof here that they've been taking blue lions, capturing them, torturing them, and finding out information about the keep. And while that sounds horrible,
he fumes when he sees the evidence, right? He doesn't deny it, right? In fact, he looks it over and in that there's clearly something that he knows that he's not sharing with you at this moment, like the context of this. He slams his hand down on the table. The table like almost like cracks like near his hand as like, right. This is like avenging a grudge kind of level of anger, right? And ill-temperedness in the dwarf that no one has seen in them in a while. In fact, like it cuts back and the door, like the door is closed there, and like everyone kind of like looks at the door that's shut, like it sounds like a thunderbolt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And goes, that Baron bastard set me up. That's not. And he says, Bryn, that was no priest of mine.
I wouldn't.
I
agree.
They were emissaries from the Baron of Kelvin.
Seems like the Baron has done even more harm than we previously thought. She claims that it's because she was wronged.
The fucking disrespect of these nobles. Fucking sacrificing our men for good. What kind of gains could you? He just can't. It doesn't make any sense.
Well,
the Blue Lions have been nothing but loyal to them, right?
Maybe that loyalty was
misplaced.
Me.
Yeah, and he's like trying to like center himself again.
Yeah,
right?
I want to persuade him to hold on to that idea. I want to persuade him to keep thinking that maybe their loyalty was misplaced, without being like, you need to like start a revolution. I'm just like, you remember what you said about the Baron of Kelvin? This is what we get. This is what you get for following the rules. This is why I don't join the Blue Lions and and I risk my own life going on these crazy adventures with my friends, because at least I have people I trust at my back rather than the Baron, manipulative, scheming scoundrel that he is. Send her to you. Who knows what else he's done to poison you, to poison your well.
It's the way of the human world, lad. Or
ma'am.
Yeah, right.
Young lady.
The human shit rolls downhill. From the nobles to the captains to the adventurers.
That's only because we accept it. Just because we're shorter of stature doesn't mean we need to be the recipient of their refuse.
A hoarseness in the voice of Yogan comes out and says, take it from someone who's a little bit older, a little bit more keen in the ways of men. You can change the players, but you cannot change the game.
You can hate the game,
Yeah.
Can't change
He's-
the game. The authors have to
yeah.
make a new edition, and a lot of people won't adopt. It's very tough.
Right,
You can
then
persuade him.
You get edition wars.
Yeah. No, you could certainly persuade him, but he's definitely jaded here. Like
Hey, so am I.
yeah, he's seen the shit. He's seen reformers become the next tyrant jerks, right? Like he's seen the cycle, and he's like, you know what? It's not. And he's like, I'm just gonna try to take my little piece of this and just not deal with any of that.
Well, I think where I'm angling for is, I think perhaps what I'm angling for is something a lot subtler than that, because I'm not saying like, let's go like storm the kingdom. I'm just saying like, don't trust them at all. And we here, these people living on this fringe on these borderlands, we should be looking after ourselves and trying to be better to one another, and assume that anything that Kelvin does is poisoned. So I'm not quite looking for like upright revolution. No, you know what? Fuck it. Push hard. I am. I want him to like throw off the shackles.
Good.
Of,
The
barony.
I want to give this a little bit more teeth. I want to give this a little bit more of like a tension.
Yeah.
So here's what Yogin's going to tell you, right? Yogin's going to tell you that the laws of the land, Sirica, the priestess, belongs to the Baron, like is actually ordered under the Baron, and that I do not like that he does not have the jurisdiction to do anything like this, like that they would be sent as a prisoner to the Baron
Right.
for them and sent down south, and that's it. I can't do anything about it. But here's a chance to say fuck you to the Baron, right? And we could take matters into our own justice. So I want to know what you persuade them to do, right? I feel like let's look at it this lens here.
Yep, I think this is perfect. Keeping it really focused is great. Thank you. That's I didn't have a specific thing, but now I do.
Yeah.
So I want Sirica to. I don't believe in the death penalty. I want Sirica to be, like do some restoration and atone for the stuff that she's done. And I want her to stay here. And obviously, obviously she's dangerous and has to be watched. But we're just as bad as Kelvin and the king himself if all we do is cut off the heads of everybody who pisses us off. So I want her to be forced to make restitutions in whatever ability she can, and that means not sending her back, keeping her here in captivity. That's what I want. And basically denying the Baron his right to judge her.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's the big old fuck you to the Baron.
Yep.
Totally.
And it's particularly hard because I don't want her just killed. If she's dead, it's like, well, what do you do? But you can story.
They're held for interrogation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's good. That's juicy. And I think I'm being totally honest. So I feel like this is persuader. Like I'm not manipulating at all. I'm just like, we've been shit on long enough.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I will give you just as a nice bonus. I think you should get a +1 to this because but this will be a versus against their ob, right?
Yeah.
Versus their will.
Sure.
But you should get a +1 because of the positioning and everything here.
Sure. I mean, it seems like everything I have acts as supplies, right?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Essentially. Yeah, exactly. The evidence and everything. Role playing.
And I feel like, my enemy is my captor in the barony of Kelvin. The reason why I'm out here is because I was sent out as a prisoner to do this thing. I friggin' hate the king and the barony. I tell me if you feel it's pushing it, but I feel like this is avenging a grudge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
because this is
your arm. You brought in your thing, your former chains,
manacle.
Your manacles. Manacle. I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, you brought this is personal.
Cool.
Totally.
And I'm also going to use Jaded because I know, and I'm using Jaded in the form like I think we're both using Jaded against each other. Like he's saying like nothing changes, and I'm like if you send her back, she's just going to get let off. Like no justice will be done if you send her back. I know that they'll just like I think we both know that. I don't even think I have to convince them that, but that's why I'm Jaded. So let's spend I'm going to spend 1 persona to tap my nature and roll Persuader. You want to roll first so I know what my ob is?
No, we roll at the same time.
Okay.
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm rolling 4 dice.
Okay.
You do get to know that. Okay.
All right. Right. Because then I can't like modify my dice pool. That's my Persuader. I'm rolling a lot more than you are.
Yeah, that's fair.
Persuader. I'm rolling 3 for my Persuader plus 5 for my nature, 1 for the supplies, and 1 for my trait. So I'm rolling 10 dice.
Nice.
But it's an important ass roll, so.
Classic Eric. One success.
Eric. There we go.
All right. Yeah. So you were persuaded the Castellan to belay the Baron's justice, to keep the ex priestess here in the custody of the Blue Lions, under some sort of like bullshit loophole that Yogan would know.
Somewhere, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yogan's going to he's going to agree with you, and he will probably let you on here. I'm not asking. Maybe you could possibly help on this if you wanted to, but doing this now means that like anyone like he has to figure out who's loyal necessarily to the Baron here, and kind of like figure out who he can keep guard on them, kind of stuff. But like now that the idea of like the safety and the protection of your prisoner is now a thing at the camp. Like there will be 2 sides here of people just loyal to Yogan and the Blue Lions versus maybe the barony. Right? Like the Blue Lions for the most part are loyal to a fault to Yogan. But like there are plenty of non-Blue Lions here in the camp, right? There's plenty of stable hands, anyone from the flop house, other adventurers that might come by. You're right.
I'm absolutely. I mean, if I can help him sort of keep an eye out on people that might betray him or betray them. Yeah, I don't know that I can help in this moment, but I could certainly.
But I can with my instinct while we're here in town, spy on the humans.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think Brennan will just say that, like, we know that this puts you in a precarious position, but you're doing the right thing. And if I see anybody that's loyal to the Baron, I'll let you know.
Yeah. It's time the Baron knows that the Blue Lion still has a couple of teeth. It'd be pushed around like a house cat. And, they're going to keep it.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Nice.
So then I'm going to go from like this really like bold, like I'm this noble person to back to be like, remember, I'm still an adventurer. And I like open up my wine pouch and I take one of the goblets of wine and I pour it in the pouch. So I'm like, I still need to get it wherever I can.
Yeah. And by the way, our economic system sucks. Bye. Yeah. Totally.
So.
That's good. You totally could do that. That's hilarious and good. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah. Just pour it.
Down with the man. Also, I'm broke.
Okay, cool. Good shit, Sean. I like that. I enjoyed it.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
What does everyone else want to do? I'll convey all that as soon as I can. Right? Like, there's nothing hidden in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And as soon as you do, I'm like, while we're in town, with maybe at night, I should take a walk around with me padded shoes, real quiet, like, poke my head next to some windows. He didn't really mention anyone he was suspicious of or anything, right? Did he give us any leads?
I think he really only said that he wasn't suspicious of the Blue Lions, but that's just a negative lead. It's just you don't necessarily have to look at the soldiers, but the mercantile staff, the
Yeah, she was when we saw her in town, she was just with her cronies. She wasn't hanging out with anyone else, right, Eric?
Correct. Correct. When you encountered them,
Yeah.
however,
sorry, you know that she rented a private house.
Oh,
One of the few private houses here.
yeah, and
How
she
nice
was.
of a house was it?
Can we take her house? And she also, the reason why we met her is because Basil failed that haggling roll, and it was a merchant that was like, I don't know what to say about you, and a merchant summoned her, so she definitely has connections with some of the merchants.
Yep,
we know that for sure.
Yeah. Remember, like the merchant, there's not like one merchant. Just so you guys know about the way the keep works, right? There's not like one merchant that just sits here all the time being like, boy, gee, I just sure hope some adventurers show up. You know, there's
That's
people like frequently, there's people frequently coming up, bringing in beer, bringing in food, grain from the barony back and forth, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially people like around, it's probably more on like a monthly-ish basis. Kind of like, you know, some ambassadors from the duchy come here to either like pay the Blue Lions, you know, their allowance, right? Their tribute, their tolls, and then with them comes the merchants and stuff like that. It's not like typically one merchant comes. It's usually like a whole group.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah. Right. It's not just the merchant, but someone within some members of the merchant's guild.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. People, yeah. Especially the people who come up from the barony rather than people who kind of stick around. But you should know that it's not like the Blue Lions are off limits to being like a spy, right? It's just the Baron would probably like some people on the inside to know keep tabs of what's going on, right? Mm-hmm. That's just solid paranoid rulership.
I think I want to go and like spy on her house to see if anyone like shows up.
Yeah.
To like get rid of evidence or like do anything weird.
Okay.
Nice.
Right, because she left like ostensibly.
I mean, I should just go rob the place. There's probably goodies in there.
I mean,
we're not at that stage.
It could be our house now. I'm just saying, depending on how nice a house it is, it may actually be an upgrade.
Well, I'll go take a look. I'm pretty sick of this flop house. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a nice house, right? It is a private apartment. There's only like 3. Like it's kind of like one. It's like an old. Oh, I love the idea that it used to be something that was like converted into sort of like apartment space. Some sort of like old mill or something like that. That's now like 3 levels of apartments.
But with like the original wood inside.
Yeah, it still has the water wheel, right? Like the operational outside of the building.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So you want to watch around and see what people do?
So I think I just want to go like hide nearby somewhere and like keep a good eye on this place. And if anyone goes up to the door, I'll try to like track them through windows and stuff.
Yeah. So let's do a scout. Right. I feel like that's what we're gunning for here, a scout for a scout test. Yeah, because somebody does come in the night to look around.
Let's see how.
Nice.
It's a 3. That's not too bad at all.
But like, just to keep track of the maths of what's going on, right? Like, because we're totally going to do this roll, but in terms of time and everything, it's like you guys need a place to sleep. Everyone needs a place to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, is that not the flop house?
No, the flop house counts as one. That's where we sleep.
Good. All
right.
Crash here. Oh, I don't have any.
Right. Technically, Bryn has not figured out her lodging for the night yet. So, she doesn't have any conditions to recover, so I'm kind of.
I am going to use my +1 trait die for curious.
So here's right.
Can I use that?
Right. I want to touch base with everybody then real quick because you are resting in the flop house. So like for you to do this is another night. right?
So that's going to be
But
a
I
whole
don't think
nother.
Flophouse is like. I think that the lifestyle cost of Flophouse is sort of abstracted. It's like
This is also an instinct, so I don't know if that can just interrupt.
Not like recovering. Oh yeah, I guess it's an instinct. So you know what? Maybe it's you know what? It makes sense. You know what? You had trouble recovering. All right, you're angry or whatever. So you go outside to take a walk or whatever, and you get into it, and you're gonna go back. It's your instinct. It's cool. I'm cool with it. Sorry, I'm just getting a little finicky. No, I like that a lot.
I totally hear you though. You're like, wait, what's the order of operations and how's yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Okay, one for curious. I'm very curious. We're rolling versus each other, so ob one.
Yeah, it would be ob one because we're doing a versus test. This person's not too stealthy. And,
So we are, just for like context, we are definitely in town for more than one night because it specifically mentions if you're recovering from exhausted, you'll have to stay in town for more than just one night.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any reference to that like being extra cost. I think it really is like your stay in town, you pay based on where you're staying, not on number of nights spent there.
Okay, right. So that's fair. Okay, but yeah, we're probably going to be here for a couple of days at least.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, like I think we're definitely there because we tried to recover exhausted and do it, so we're obviously there for multiple days.
Right.
Okay. So, that's good to know. I didn't know. I thought town was a little bit less. I thought it was more like on a day thing, but that's fine. Cool. Good to know. Anyways, back to Cadence. Cadence. So you definitely spy someone trying to get into the apartment.
All right. What is
they're wearing?
Result of the 3 versus 3? Does that mean
it's a tie? So no, it's inconclusive yet.
Okay.
Something has to
I
happen.
do have a fate I can spend on this bad boy.
Yeah.
So I have some great luck suddenly. No.
Okay. So your options here are you can use another trait that you haven't used already to break the tie in my favor, but you don't get anything out of it. We can do a tiebreaker roll, which would be the root of these, which would be, I guess, Scout is Will.
Will. All right. Let's do it. I'm down with that tiebreaker roll.
Will versus Will. Yeah, so you definitely hear the rattling, but they're like on the other side of the building, so you have to like move from your spot to get an idea of where they are. And so we're in that moment. We'll resolve it after we do our roll. Here, I'm rolling 3 dice. We tie.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
I'm going to spend another fate, though, because I did get a 6.
You did. So you may. And you got denied.
God, we're like running around the house. Like,
yeah. So you don't. So somebody was leaving the apartment, crawling out a window. You weren't able to catch. You weren't able to see who they were, but I think as you get over to the other side of the building, I think you catch a little bit of like a garb that got caught in the window, and it's definitely a piece of a blue lion cape.
Oh snap!
So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually not gonna like take it. I'm gonna leave it the like thread where it is, so I can like bring back a blue lion's guard to show them later.
Okay.
All right. So what does that count as far as like a test? I just like rolled a bunch of dice, but nothing really.
Right. So you failed. You failed 2 tests. You could mark 2 tests for purposes of advancement. You failed a scout test and you failed a will test. Yeah.
If at the end of all the tiebreakers it's still a tie, the GM wins.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
So sorry, Cadence. You weren't able to catch who it was, but you do have some clues that it was somebody working for the Blue Lions.
Yeah, I go back to the flop house and tell everyone what I saw.
Yeah. I mean, just peering through the window, right? Like it looks like everything's kind of in its right place. So
it's not like someone thrashed the person.
Yes, exactly. It looks like someone came in here specifically for something, right? Or like this wasn't a
took some incriminating evidence and
this wasn't some drunken thing. This was
Yes, might have been something, directly connecting her with.
Sorry, I'm just gonna have to step away for just a second. My
problem.
refrigerator is making a super weird noise. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right
Make sure
back.
your house doesn't burn down, please.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully,
I was wondering what was going on there.
His refrigerator's running.
Better go catch it.
So, okay.
Nice.
Bryn, what's your lodging situation going to be like?
I don't know. I was trying to figure it out. I kind of don't want to. I kind of don't want to have to pay for the flop house. I'm not going to use it, but I don't think there's another option. I don't want to sleep on the street, so I'm going to stay in the flop house.
Stay in the
and
stables.
I could stay.
That
in
still
the
costs
stables.
one, I think.
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay in the flop house, and if I get a condition during the course of the town phase, maybe then I'll try and recover from it. And if not, then I'll have just spent the recovery. Yep, stables cost lifestyle. Flophouse does.
Stables cost lifestyle. God damn it, Luke.
I think I feel like there's an option to like sleep on the streets.
There is.
Yeah, there is.
And
That's
then it's
horrible.
like, you get robbed, and I don't want to get robbed, so I'll just the streets. There it is. But you can get street event table. It's like
There is a table though.
we're stolen. All your cash is gone. Clothing stolen. Yeah. Yeah. There's like no good.
Yeah.
There's
Just
like
so-
no
yeah.
good.
So for everyone,
You don't find a pet dog.
No.
yeah,
Right.
no, we're all just smiling devilishly at the streets table for when you sleep there. It's like you can become involved in some unspeakable plot, and then you can never speak of this again. But you get unspeakable plot wise. You all your money can get stolen, get robbed. All your clothing is all messed up, and it's a factor for circles.
There's a chance someone feeds you.
Yeah.
If you roll a 9.
Otherwise, you lose your gear.
You lose your gear, or you get rousted. So there's
Yeah, you get arrested.
There's one option in 9 out of 2d6. If you roll a 9, it's good. Otherwise, everything else is bad.
Well, 9's not bad.
Yeah, it's
That's an all right place on the probability curve. Like, not terrible.
Should be fine.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I mean, while Sage is up, Basil, did you want to do your
Prayers?
money? Oh, we can do prayers too, but I was thinking selling gear.
Yeah, we should definitely go to market.
Okay, so that's my question here.
Sure.
I took the thriftness option. So that's one die to my resources for this lifestyle test.
Yeah, right. Lifestyle occurs when we leave town.
Yeah, and I'm only going to have a lifestyle of 1, and I have that 1 die. And I have 1 die of treasure I can give up. But I really don't have
where are
anything
you
else
staying?
to sell.
In
What's
the
it?
flophouse.
You're staying in the flop house, right?
Yeah.
So your lifestyle is currently 2.
Is it 2? I thought it was 1 + 1 if it's...
It's haggle. Haggle costs 1.
Yeah.
Oh, haggle just costs... Oh, on its own. Okay.
Yes, haggle costs 1 on its own.
But we can all go to the market together. It's 0 lifestyle cost, and we can sell all the gear that we want to sell, and then help you.
Right.
Like, if you just have even 1 die of cash, we can all give you help to try and buy stuff. Like
Sure.
So you can take that 1D of treasure that you have and start buying stuff up. In fact, both, I know you don't have any checks, Basil, but both Cadence and Bryn, and probably Linus as well, I think probably have 1 check in addition to their having raised their resources to 1. Which means our resources automatically, you can only raise resources once in a town phase, and so they raised last time, but I got another check at least. So my resources, as I was just checking out, goes up to 2.
Yes. Yeah.
I have 2 checks.
Oh, so you just need 1 success to raise your resources 1.
Yeah, exactly.
You just need 1 success to raise it to 1, and then you only need 1 to raise it to 2, but you can't do multiple raises in a single town phase.
Right.
So,
Yep.
but you can get the checks. So right now it sounds like both Cadence and Bryn's resources are 2. So we can totally.
Oh, really? I can get rid of these 2 checks right now and put it up to you?
Yeah, as soon as we get into town, you can advance your resources again. And as long as you had 1 pass, you clear all your advancement and you raise it up.
Lucky.
Yeah, you got the rough version of
That's fine.
last time. So yeah, we could totally aid you in buying stuff. And
let's do that then. I've got my leather to sell unless nobody took that, right?
It's worthless though.
But I will sell it for nothing.
Okay.
I have this broken bow, but I guess I'll keep it around.
I
don't know if
technically
it takes up 2. I don't really know if I want it because it takes up 2 slots, and I can just do my spell.
I have an item here because I'm an idiot called Arrow with my name on it, if you know what I mean. I was shot by an arrow, wasn't I? Yes, that's what that is. I held on to it. That's what it is. Sorry.
Am I holding someone's lock picks?
You're holding my thieves' picks. Yeah, I can take them back now.
Okay, so I'm gonna take those off.
The good old what is in my backpack right now? What is this?
What is this bullshit in my backpack?
Pull out one half of a bow and then the other half of my bow, and I'm just like, God,
A rotten bologna sandwich. What is this?
I forgot you had your bow was damaged. I can totally fix that.
You want him? I mean,
camp.
I don't know if we even need it though, because I can make ranged attacks with Eldritch Darts.
Yeah.
So I think, and my fighter might go up at some point, but not for a while, anyways. So it wouldn't be better.
Well, it would certainly not hurt us to have Linus helping out when we go buy stuff as well. So did Basil have anything you wanted to do besides buying stuff in town?
No, I mean, I'm trying to lay as low as possible here.
Yeah.
I'm also holding a hammer.
That's mine too.
Okay, you want it back?
I can take it back.
Okay.
Now that I gave up those books took 3 slots, so
yeah.
I need to give Linus back his map as well.
Okay, so I have a knife, some lembas bread, my mirror, my tinderbox.
I have the ogre vomit helmet. I don't know if anyone wants to buy that.
In my belt pouch, I have an empty sack, and then I have this tiara and the amulet to sell.
Yeah. Well, why don't we sell the tiara, see what we get? I'm assuming we want to now because we can. Last time the owners didn't sell it because we couldn't get it. So why don't we? So let's figure out how that works because I know there's a special rule for selling objects to art or jewelry. I don't know if they turn into cash dice immediately or if you have to sell them for cash. Do you remember how jewelry works in town, Eric?
Yeah, jewelry has a specific cash die amount. And it's
the tiara is 60, I think.
Yes, it is. It is 60. It is 60.
Right. Yep. So is that just 6 dice that we can use for purchases, or do we have to do? Do we have to use it on one thing? I feel like there was some limitation about the jewelry that it made it not quite as flexible as cash. But maybe I'm smoking dope. Maybe I'm trying to make things harder on ourselves than it really is.
Let's see. I think what will happen is jewelry, it does get liquidated to cash value. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, no, I found it's spending loot on the bottom of page 91. It says coins can be spent in increments. So if you have 2D coins, you can spend 1D now, 1D later. However, coins are bulky, so you want to spend them down. Other valuables can't be broken down. It must be spent whole at its value. So if you have a bracelet worth 3D, it must be spent on 3 dice of cash at once. So the tiara, that's the downside. It's still worth 6D. It's just
we can just try to swap it out for a ton of torches and oil and food, right?
No, because you buy things one at a time. You buy each of your items. Which is weird.
All right. Well, is there something like an expensive weapon or something I could get? Like I'm usually fighting with my knife.
Yeah.
Doing my spells.
You could get a nicer sword. That's Ob 3. Or
you
not
could
nicer.
buy finery. That's Ob 4.
You can buy finery, yeah.
Is that what is the most expensive thing I can get for this? Because literally, I'm not. If finery is 4 and that's the most I can get, that's what I'm gonna do because that's gonna get my goal done.
A crossbow is 4, but we just got rid of one of those.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna sell mine for
A mirror is 4, and I cannot think of a better character to carry a mirror around.
I literally do. That's like how we got a bunch of the gold too, was by.
Oh right.
A lantern is ob 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great because I have no light whatsoever.
Okay.
But if you have a mirror
and a lantern,
you kind of want light. Finery is all I'm saying.
Well, finery is like the worst. There's no reason to wear finery.
I would love to have finery. I mean, the thing is, I literally am pretty sad that I'm not going to be wearing this tiara anymore.
But it's warrant 3. It takes all of your warrant slots. You can't wear armor. You can't wear backpack. Finery is the worst thing ever. I have no idea why you'd want that. Well, I do because it's nice. Because you walk around town, you don't need a backpack full of all your murder supplies. But
it's fine. It's finery.
No, lantern sounds like the best option so far. I would love to have a lantern and oil instead of torches all the time.
Yeah, lanterns have done us pretty well.
Yeah,
sure.
All right,
so I think we're
new lamps for old guy, and I want to swap him old tiara for new lamps.
Okay, so you're going to convert it to just one thing?
Yeah, I think that's the only way we can do it.
Yeah.
We have to purchase everything individually.
But now I will need some oil. Lantern. It's what, one slot in the backpack or hand, right?
Lantern is pack 2 or carried 1.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just carry that bad boy for now.
Yeah.
And then the amulet, is that also just a, we never got an assigned dice to these amulets.
The amulet is worth 6 dice.
No,
that's
not
the tiara.
The powering.
I was just saying,
yeah, I was like 6 dice.
Oh,
hold on.
I mean, maybe to like an undead zombie, it would be worth that.
That's fine. We can find those. We know where they are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they have a lot of liquid ash.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
If
so the actual charm and amulet part is not as nearly as interesting as I did include this detail for those who were keeping track a long time ago. The silver elven necklace chains that they're on was actually really what's worth. So like the actual like warding amulet part, yeah, whatever. But the chain,
they're gonna throw that away.
Valuable.
Yeah, they'd be like, thanks for the amulet, Chuck. Take this.
Yep.
Nice.
4. It's worth 4.
Nice.
Okay, so I mean, in that case, I could swap that instead for the lantern, right?
Right, because your resources is 2. We can each give you help. Both Linus and Bryn could give you helping dice on resources, so you'd be up to 4. And then with the chain, you'd be up to 8 dice on this test. So you'd be pretty solid even without it. You could save the tiara to pay lifestyle costs. That might be a higher ob by the end, especially if you're like going to town on lifestyle things.
All right, yeah, ob 4 for the lantern. The amulet is 4, and I can have 2 people helping. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, only people with ratings and resources can help. Bryn is happy to help.
I can help.
Cool.
I won't. I choose not to.
So resource 2.
Poverty strengthens the soul.
So it's an ob 4 purchase. Come on, lantern.
Damn. All them 6s.
Wow.
Where were those when you needed them?
I know. Where was this one?
So there goes the amulet.
Bye, Amulet.
Bye, Amulet.
It's a lantern. Beautiful.
For
Great.
a lantern. Bullseye.
So 2 of us have lanterns, but none of us have oil, right? That's a
I have oil.
Yeah, I have one thing of oil. I definitely think we should get some more oil.
I have 2 flasks of oil and 2 flasks of holy water, which we cannot burn.
We cannot burn because it's water? Because water evaporates instead of burns?
Yeah, and also it's holy. I mean, duh.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah. All right. Well, let's rotate the spending around so we all get the checks in. Epi, you need to buy some stuff so
Yes.
that you could get your resources started, your resource track started. What are you gonna get? Like things like fresh rations are ob 1, wine is ob 1.
Yeah, maybe we'll do.
How much is
I mean,
flasks of oil are ob 2?
I can do wine, right? Like wine seems like a kind of thing that my character would be down for.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Easy ob 1. So the only thing I have to spend on this is a amulet of the lost oak 1-die treasure.
Well, if anyone else has,
and then you have 3. I can help. So that, and if everyone does, is that 4?
Are you okay? Are you okay using that?
I'm okay. Like, so here's the thing. I get 1 die from my lifestyle from the thriftiness.
No, that only is lifestyle when we check out at the end.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm worried about the checkout at the end, right? That's the.
But we still have that tiara. If that's really bad,
Okay, all right.
I mean, I don't want to speak for you.
No, let's do this.
But
yeah, no, I'm wherever we want to throw it is fine.
Here I am losing my religion.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's how that
Thank
song
you, Michael
goes.
Stipe.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, they're playing that at the Brave Bone Tavern.
I
Yes.
think I sold my amulet and I got a flask of oil.
So
Okay.
the skill or ability is 0.
That's me
Yes.
at the stables.
I
That's
get-
me at the market. Where losing my.
So I'm getting helping dice then? Is that the deal
I
from...
think you're going to get a total of 4 helping dice. 1 from the amulet
Okay.
and 3 from us. Assuming everyone's going.
Yep, I'm in.
All right, and we're talking ob 1 for the wine here. Here we go.
Come on, Daddy wants some new Pinot Gris.
Oh my god. So
you barely get that Pinot Gris.
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah.
All right.
We helped
But
all-
I'm just like, why are you buying the most expensive wine I have? This is ridiculous.
All right. I need to buy a satchel.
Now,
So
wait, does my resources now automatically
Mhm.
go up to
automatically
1?
goes up- your resources is now 1 because you've done 1 pass
Excellent.
test.
Now you can help others.
Yeah.
That was super easy.
Yeah, until it isn't. I mean, resources is this like Yahtzee, like this like press your luck game of like
Yeah.
try and raise it. All right, so I'm gonna try and buy a satchel, because I need to. I can't wear this plate mail with a backpack. I think at the end of the day, that's probably why I had to stay in a flop house. It's just a place to leave my stuff.
Yeah.
So satchel is ob 1, I think, as well. Container satchel is ob 1. Yeah. So I have resources 2. And are folks willing to give me?
Yeah, now
Nope.
I can help.
I'll help him move this.
Now I'm just throwing money out there. Look at me,
Resources. Yeah.
rich
nah,
boy.
Trying to figure
all
out.
right. 2 and 3 helping dice. And my ob is 1. Got it. I have a satchel. All right. We still need food, probably oil and that stuff too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was probably going to go ahead and pick up some more rations. Like I still have an unused set of preserved rations, but we're going to need some more. I figure I might as well do it.
Yep. And I
Uh,
have this crossbow to sell too. It's worth something because its original value is higher than 3. So it's worth, I think, forget where you find it. I think it's worth 1 or maybe.
I think it's worth 2. I think it's worth half.
Yeah.
It's in the item section of the book. I remember this. I remember where it is. I just don't remember the actual ruling.
All right, I'm looking at Master Gear list.
That is the right part of the book.
I'm not seeing it. I've probably scrolled past it like 9 times. Market. Selling salvage or the market is also a place to sell any salvage hauled up. If the object is worth of 3 or less, it has no sell value. If it's worth 4, it has 1D, and if it's worth 8, it has 2D. Hey, I have to make a living too. Thanks. Okay. So,
holy crap.
So actually, the crossbow is ob 4, so it's worth 1D. Great.
Yes.
So I've like 1D of cash with like my crossbow.
My grandfather's crossbow. That's fine. Here's your wine.
Yeah, exactly.
That thing would be. I mean, it's got like so many notches in it from kills. Like,
I hate to give this crossbow up, but it just takes up between it and plate mail. It's just too much space. Like I can't hold it all. So it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So what is Linus? What do you want to buy some preserved rations?
Yeah, I was just checking because I show myself as having resources of 1, but 1 past test towards advancement.
Yeah, so your resources goes up to 2 as soon as we get into town.
I should actually have 2.
Yep.
Okay, well, that helps. Okay, so yeah, I will buy some rations, resources. I have 2. Am I getting any help?
Help from us, yeah.
You get 3 help dice.
3 help, and my ob is 2.
Yeah, do you want to throw, let's see, that's 5 dice against ob 2. Do you want to throw the crossbow in on it?
I don't think so. Nah.
Okay.
And exhausted is not a factor in resources. Good.
Exactly. Thank God.
Hey, there we go. Look at all those 6s too. Nice.
Oh man.
Too bad there's no benefit to exploding it.
Nope. But you get another.
Yep. Working my way up towards resources 3.
Yeah. All right. I think I also need to buy some rations and some oil. Because how much oil do we have right now? I have 1 left.
I want 2 flasks here.
I need none left.
I need to buy at least a flask of oil for my lantern. Probably 2, right?
Well, they come in units of 2. Like when you get them, they come in close. So right now we have 3 flasks total, which take up 2 inventory spots. So I will buy. Actually, I don't have room for it. Never mind.
I do. I'll carry it for you.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna buy some oil, and I'll throw my crossbow in for the oil. Folks, cool helping me.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Skill. Actually, I'm not going to throw the crossbow in because I can use Shrewd Appraisal Wise on this if I fail it. I'm going to throw my crossbow in for my lifestyle. So, 2 and 3 helping dice and 2 up. Yep.
Hey, got it.
Not as glorious as the last one, but so yeah. So Basil, will you take that 2 flasks of oil?
I will take your 2 flasks.
And Linus, do you have room for your map back? I'm still holding onto it.
Oh yeah, I actually have it written as if I have it. So yes, I do have room for it.
I put it in my inventory.
Have 2 maps?
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
made another copy.
Technically, we do. We have a map of the caves, like a map of the Caves of Chaos, like the overall overland map, and then a map of the redstone rooms we've been to.
Yeah.
We actually have 2 maps.
Right. And I think if we split them like we did, that's 2 slots. But I think collectively, there's still just 1 slot for all your maps.
Oh, okay, cool. I have them actually listed as twice.
No, I think they're separate. They're 2 separate maps.
But do they each take up a?
Yeah, they each take up some spot.
Okay. Cool. Well, then I'll give you this one back then, if that's okay.
Yeah. Yep. I already have it on my sheet, so I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah, I actually am carrying the map of the Caves of Chaos, and then got the other one in my backpack.
Does anyone have a small sack they're not using?
I do have. I have one too.
Right. Why don't you give one to me, especially if you just have one, and I'll get some food and put it in it.
I have one. You can have mine.
Cool.
I'll trade you for the oil.
Awesome. So I'm gonna buy. Do we think we're gonna do cooking and try and split up rations, or should we just get a bunch of rations and not try and split them?
I don't know about you. I'm just drinking wine.
It doesn't seem like we do a lot of cooking.
No, we haven't so far. But someone could,
You've been relying on your elven forager.
Yeah, which has not been great.
All right, I think I'm just
been worth a lot of checks.
Fair. I think I'm just gonna buy preserved rations then and put it in there. Unless someone else. I think
I'm gonna buy some oil as well.
Salted jerky.
Salted jerk.
Salt flavored jerky. Salt and vinegar. Cool ranch. Extra spicy.
So mine is 2
teriyaki.
And everyone's throwing down spare change on this for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and it's 2 ob. Come on, buddy.
No.
I have a 6. God, this is the 3rd time I've tried to use fate.
Yeah. Well, you could totally use.
3rd time I've gotten a.
But human craft wise.
Oh yeah.
It totally applies here. Like
elven craft wise.
Yeah. I'm like. Of course, I'm not going to pay full price for this. These are crappy jugs; they could break.
These wine skins. Yeah.
So, how many fails? Is that reroll failures?
You can spend persona to say, of course, and reroll. I mean, if you have an applicable wise.
I don't have any persona.
All right.
I spent it all.
Do you have a fate?
Yeah.
So you could spend a fate. I forget what it's called. It's not, of course. It's the other one. But you could spend a fate to invoke a wise if it's applicable, which I think your wises are, and then reroll 1 die.
1 die.
Oh,
gosh. Yeah. So this is actually my last fate as well. And this isn't exploding, right?
It is not. It doesn't. It's not, but it doesn't matter if it is.
A 6.
Yes.
Whew, by the
skin of your chinny chins wise.
But now I feel like I have everything I need to go adventure again, which is pretty great.
Yeah. We need some more
oil
food.
2 is backpack 1.
Yeah.
Slot?
Well, aren't you still afraid?
Yeah. Which is gonna suck, but
yeah, I mean, afraid doesn't prevent use of wises though.
Yeah,
so it's just
that's what angry does. Yeah.
I
was just thinking in terms of purposes of being ready for adventure and being fresh or not.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I won't be fresh, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think you're. I think we need to buy 2 more sets of preserved rations. I'm happy to do it, or if anyone else wants to get more resource tests in.
I mean, I could try another resource test, but it'd be.
Well, you've already got. Do you have a pass after you raised up to 1? Have you done 2? Have you done 2 purchases?
I've done 1 purchase.
I would do 1 more OB1 purchase so you can get that check, and that way next time you come in here, I'll immediately go up to. Actually, you don't even have to do that because your lifestyle pass will do your checks. You really don't need more checks now. I mean, it's a pass lifestyle, and I think we're throwing a tiara at your lifestyle. What about Linus?
So I've got resources too. I've got 1 pass test in there. So considering that we still have the get out of town check, getting 1 more resource check would be useful.
Yep. I'm in the exact same boat. So why don't we each buy 1 set of preserved rations? And I can carry them both, but why don't we each do that?
Preserved or ob2, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, I've got 2. I assume I'm getting help from everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Op 2. Got it. Cool.
Hey.
1 more pass.
Cool.
Nice.
I will put it in my sack that I'm carrying around. Unless you want hold it. But.
No, I'm relatively full right now. I could probably shovel things if I really needed to, but I'm happy to let you take it.
And all right, and I'm gonna do 1. Oh, I'm going to, because you have to do this in town. Has anyone made a roll they need help on, except for resources?
Yeah, because if you have checks, right, that's how you spend checks.
I'm 1 check, and I want to use it.
I still have an instinct that I haven't done my free roll from to follow, like, do a, like, the instinct is to find what Crippler's darker purpose is. I'm guessing that turns into, like, a digging for leads, asking around test.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll help you with that.
Cool.
All right. So I'm just gonna make a normal resources roll if everyone is going to do the assist.
Yep.
Resources going shopping. All right. 2, 3, 2. Got it. All right. So I have 2 past tests. I just realized the gross thing about resources is that the only way to get it up is to have both passes and fails, just like normal.
Mm-hmm.
But when you fail, the GM can be like, "Oh, you get it, but your resources is taxed and you lose all your advancement." So like getting any higher than 2 is really like precarious.
Yep.
All right. So we have, how many flasks of oil do we have now? I think a total of 5.
I
think so.
2 FPS for 2.
Yeah.
How many what?
Flasks of oil? I think we have a total of 5 right now.
I have 4 on me.
We have 4. Oh, so we have 7 then. Because
Yeah.
cool. So we have 7 flasks of oil. We have like 9 preserved rations. Yeah, I think we're in good shape.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
Is there anything else we need to do? We want to do the rumors?
Well, I need to do my instinct roll. The Crippler has a darker purpose. I must find it.
Yes.
Technically, digging for leads is like the factors here are all kind of about adventures, not about like a person. So I'm not sure how you want to set the ob for this.
What page is it in the book so I can cross-reference?
92. Because I'm figuring this is asking around. Like, Linus's approach would be not to go like try and consult books or something, which is the doing research option. Yeah,
this is definitely not consulting books. The problem here is that like the Crippler is really good at being hidden, right?
Okay.
So like asking around for leads about a war criminal for hire is not necessarily an easy task to do.
Admittedly,
right?
Yeah.
So let me hear about your questions that you're interested in specifically. Just
like,
where are they? Their whereabouts?
No, I think the main thing
Their purpose?
That Linus really wants to get to the bottom of is like, why is the Crippler here and willing to work with Linus? Like, this all seems rather like kind of suspicious that the more that I see of the Crippler, the less I am sure of why he would help me. I guess is kind of the underlying thing.
What are his motivations, or what's he going?
Yeah, motivations. That's a good way to summarize that all up. So yeah,
Perfect,
I'm trying to figure out what his motivations are.
Look under research. Doing research. To do research on a lead with your scholar skill, you need access to printed material in the library. That's not right. Never mind.
No.
Just seemed like, but maybe it has some good things for the obs. Possibly, it's got some good guidance there.
But it's all about places. Like that's the thing. All the digging for lead stuff is all about places. There's nothing. I don't see that there's a way to like dig on people that's currently spelled out. So I think we're probably
just circling.
Yeah, Circles has obs related to people. It's still not exactly what we're doing, but it might be a good framework.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth, asking around is a Circles test.
Yeah.
Like that is the mechanic of it.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
So I'm pretty sure I'm
Yeah.
rolling circles no matter what. It's just a matter of how Eric's coming up with the ob.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Well, this person. So this is definitely hidden. I'm gonna say this is extraordinarily difficult. I think this is gonna be like an ob 4.
Okay. I'm going to try it anyway because I can live with the enmity clause or whatever comes out of this.
Basically, I'm thinking about like how do you get to a place that's deliberately hidden, right? It's like how do I figure out the motives of someone that's deliberately hiding them?
Yeah. Well, you've definitely. I mean, if Linus lets other folks know, and you're like, I'm suspicious of this human from the war that's doing shady things, I'm like, yes, as you should be. But
I don't think Linus phrases it that way. He's totally like, I wonder what the crippler is actually doing here. Like he just seems kind of like idly curious about it, but you know enough context to put that into like the real meaning.
Yeah, so I will certainly give a helping die.
Cool. That's 1. I only have 1 persona, so I'm not going to blow that right here. Oh, and this is going to be ob 5. Or no, exhausted is not a factor in circles. Great. Okay. I'm up to 4 dice versus ob 4. I got to have 1 good roll tonight.
Well, does anyone else want to help out? I mean, we all can.
Yeah.
I'm a curious fellow. I'll help out. It's the circles that we're using, right?
Yeah, it's circles. So, how do you help?
I have a suggestion for you using Wizard Sight in this, which is that he's been casting spells on people all over town, like making them forget. I bet you could trace who's affected by like looking at their auras and being like, "Oh, I can see he cast Greybeards, but that's that spell of forgetfulness on you and you and you." And
that's totally part of it. As I circle up people and talk to them, I'm definitely like looking at them all with a Wizard Sight and being like, "Oh yeah." Like
that's why you don't know anything about him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So I'm up to 2 dice, and then it sounds like Basil is helping.
Yeah, I think I'm probably stationed around the flop house. I think I'm putting the word out that I'd like to preach to those who, not to those who want the word, but to those who need it, right? And to see if somebody finds me the most worthy, which I would assume would be this crippler individual.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
I think I'm going to help in kind of a political way, which is that I'm going to, at some point, meet back up with the Castellan Yogan, and just be like, so we're looking for people, and like a big bright spot in the people who what may be shady in your town are this scary war mage. So if you have any information about him, let me know. When did he come to town? All that stuff. Not accusing him outright, but just being like, well, that seems like a good place to look for people who might not be your friends. So
cool.
And I actually can't help because I'm afraid I can't help anyone.
Helping.
Okay.
Okay.
And you said ob 4?
Yeah.
Got it. Come on.
All the fails.
Oof.
Wow. So that's 6 dice with 1 success and no 6s. Oh, yeah. That sounds about how my day's going.
Well, I have one suggestion. You have 1 persona.
Yep.
And this is totally a contextual suggestion, so Eric would have to say whether this applies or not. But if the crippler was ever mentioned in any of those 3 books that we looked at,
right?
Or like if we've seen him in any of this stuff,
Chaos of Chaos wise.
Yeah. Well, if he's not, then it isn't. Like I don't want to declare that as a truth, but it seems to me like he is definitely out here doing weird experiments. Caves of Chaos seem like the place that might be fertile ground for his work.
Right. Not exactly.
Okay.
So I don't think that would be applicable.
Okay. I think I just failed this.
Yeah.
But I'll take that fail. I mean, I got to get some failed circles tests to be able to advance it. I'm at 3. So it's all the learning experience. Yeah.
here's the twist. I think maybe you do hear though. It's who was in Specularum, right? In where you went to school.
Yep.
I don't know who like the headmaster is.
I think we've named them.
School. Yeah, but they're missing.
Oh,
You find out that they're missing, and then to make matters worse, someone else brings up that another prominent mage is also missing. That some mages, like powerful mages, are in around Karamikos are disappearing. So you don't get that, but the twist here is that you do find some other unsettling rumors, and that is not a good time to be a wizard.
Okay,
Something.
works for me.
Yeah.
I think that takes care of everything that I had to do in town.
Yeah.
Cool. I spent my check that I had to fail there right along with you. And I marked to fail as well.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
that is better.
That makes sense why. And that makes sense why you don't get the rumors that you want. Because like even on the best of days, like getting people is like, no, after the disappearances, like they don't like spells are up. They don't no one tells really where anyone's going anymore until something's happening.
Yeah. What are you now, Linus? A thaumaturge?
Yes, a thaumaturge.
Sounds like kind of a powerful wizard to me.
Uh-oh.
I mean, relatively. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yep. Then I think if we're done town, do we just do our lifestyles and then we'll call it for our show today?
We should do spells?
I can imagine Linus
Yes.
being eventually the most powerful wizard, but still just kind of being the same guy.
Yeah.
I
It's like
think that is very likely.
eldritch power that I keep here in my nice little tucked away spell. I have one inventory question of all the shuffling. Does someone have one spot that they could? Well, actually, how do people?
Yeah.
Does someone already have a tinderbox?
I do. I have a tinderbox.
You better tinderbox because I've got one extra item, which is a hammer that takes up a spot that I don't.
I have 2 empty spots.
Oh, go ahead then. I only have one.
I'm gonna give you the hammer if that's okay. Or actually, I'm gonna give you the tinderbox if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
I want the hammer for my iron spikes. And you can use the tinderbox on its own.
Yeah. So, do we do spells now?
Yeah, I have a quick
your
question.
thing actually requires work. I've already taken care of my spells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do I need to do it?
So
wait. Do I need to do a check to do my spells, or
You do. Yeah, you have to pray just like
You
usual.
pray, remember? Yeah, you pray for your spells. You're not guaranteed the spells.
No. What I meant was I don't have to spend like a.
It doesn't.
research.
You don't need a mentor to learn the new spells or anything? Yeah.
No. I'm okay with just making the die roll. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So theologian, this will be really crappy. Let's do it.
You make 2 separate theologian tests now for your level 2 and level 1?
I don't think I do because it says there's a penalty for if the majority of the spells I'm memorizing are not of my alignment.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably one.
Yeah, memorizing players does not require a check or increase.
Yeah, lower in danger. Exactly. Miracle work. That's what thaumaturgy means, Linus. Good call there.
When I bought this brand new lantern, did it come full of oil?
No.
Or, no.
No.
I mean, right away I have oil 1 and a full lamp.
Now I can't help but think of when you say miracle worker, I just think of Miracle Max.
Yep. Miracle Max, the thaumaturge.
All right, I'm going to spend a persona on this because lots of bad things can happen if I don't make this. All right. And the ob is 3 because it is
8 minus your will.
Yeah, you might as well. I'm going for the benison of Lords of Valor because we have somebody who is currently afraid, and the blessing of the Lords of Light and Darkness. And I get a fail.
Oh no.
You could try.
No. Yeah. Do you have any?
Do you have any faith?
For poop's sake.
I think we're allowed to.
I have the touch by God's trait, and the whole point to that is to make that test. But oh well. And I forgot to use it, so that's on me.
Can we throw on that extra trait die roll?
Let me see.
You can fade a.
You don't have any
You have a wise.
I have Bandit Wise, which won't really.
I mean, are gods thieves?
Well, they are, but
of our souls.
Yeah. But I mean, I would say at least you got plenty of fate. Might as well throw it for at least exploding that.
I got something to explode in there.
Yeah, you got a 6 in there.
All right, I'll do that. That makes sense. Sorry. That'll solve every problem.
Yep.
It always does.
All right, so roll d6 factorial. There we go.
Hey,
Got lucky.
There we go.
Brown, it's turned upside down. Good job.
Yay, we win.
Good. Now I don't have to give you the afraid condition as you get struck with horrible visions.
Not only that,
I think
but my theologian goes up.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, cleric's theologian, like it's the one thing that like you can just constantly test because every single time you camp, you have to get spells.
Get them spells.
I mean, not that you camp in town all that often, but still. Nice.
All right. Now I'm done with that.
Cool. Should we leave town? Any last bits?
No, I'm ready to go.
Nope, I'm good to go.
Yeah. Cool. Then let's do our resource checks and get out of here for the evening.
Awesome.
All right.
No, I think if I'm the only one with no fate and persona, maybe I should be using this 6 dice
For your lifestyle?
Well,
Yeah.
what's your lifestyle test? I think it's job 1, right? 2?
2.
What's the other
Is it?
thing?
2. It's 2 because you went for both recoveries
Right,
in
right,
the
right.
farmhouse. In Sirens.
Yeah, but we can all help you
Oh.
unless
Oh, right. And I
you can't help us, but we can all help you.
So what's my
So you'd be at 5 dice.
5 on 2?
Yeah, 5 versus 2. What's the worst that could happen? You're probably fine.
And it drops my resources by 1 as soon as I fail, right?
It depends. You can either have a bad thing happen or have your resources taxed. That's up to Eric. It's up to his.
Okay, well that's fine.
What's your trait?
Since because Epi, you only have resources 1 right now. Right?
Yeah, if resources
so we can't
1.
get you taxed. So I'll save that for you, and I'll just roll these 5 dice. Testing.
Cadence, do you have a trait that would be applicable before you? Oh, curious, but you've already used it.
I used it, yeah.
And it probably would be applicable.
I'm curious as to why this is so damn expensive, though. Okay, what? Let's see. 3.
If you want, for gear, I have my crossbow that I was going to spend on mine. You can use that for an extra die as well. If you're feeling dubious about the.
No, go ahead and keep it for yours.
Okay.
I'll risk my roll. And I'll 2.
Oof.
Got it. Thank goodness.
Barely. Nice. All right.
Good to end on a good roll for the night. That's
Made it.
Okay, so I'm let's see. I need resources. I've got resources of 2.
Yep.
My ob is only going to be 1.
You can get helping dice
I
from
can't help.
Basil and I. You can get 2 helping dice.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I should be. I'm not going to turn down help.
I mean,
ob is 1. I mean, well, wait. Should we be doing this in a different order so that we can?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Doing easy tests better.
Oh, come on! Like I apparently needed all that help.
All that help.
Weren't you 2 with the flop house?
The flop house is 1.
Right, but then you also dug up leads. Is your instinct? Your instinct.
My
I'm sorry.
instinct.
You're right. You're right. Instinct.
No, I
Nice.
really gamed it to try to keep it at 1.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah. Okay. Oof.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just skated by. So, however, since I have I have a condition still, so I don't get anything special.
All right. Basil, you want to do yours? You want me to do mine?
Sure. Sounds good. I've got 1 resource.
Yep.
I've got my 1 from my thriftiness.
Yes.
And I'm going to make a play for foolhardy. And I'm just going to throw the coin at them. And it's a little under what they want. But just walk out with authority as if...
No, you should be fine.
Hold on.
You got 6. You got 6 from the tiara, too.
Oh,
Right.
I got the tiara
Yeah.
as well.
Right.
Okay.
This is also in the book, and I should bring up. If you're ever taxed by the amount, like if you don't make it, you can forfeit cash dice as a way of negating an amount. So rather than rolling the die, you could literally just save the cash and just do it after the
Do it
fact if you need
afterwards?
it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh.
So cash can literally
It
just
says
be
cash
like,
on hand. Yeah, it's the name of the paragraph.
So does the tiara count as that?
It does. It just it can't
It
be
just has to
spent.
be paid at one time. So I'll just
Yeah.
hold it until you fail.
Yeah. Hold
Oh,
it till I
that
fail.
tiara is like our get out of jail free card then.
That's great. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do that foolhardy thing where I'm gonna just act completely like I am doing exactly
so you
what
s-
I should be doing.
You spend loot on a roll.
And then so that's got me to then do I get helping dice from anyone?
Yeah, you get helping dice from certainly Bren
Oh.
and I don't know if Linus.
This game just gets richer and more like
I am able to help as well. Go for it.
All right. And my ob is 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Take that.
Awesome. All right. I think my ob is 1. I stayed in the flop house. I didn't use it, but I stayed in the flop house. And I didn't have to make a circles test, but even if I did, that was my instinct was to talk to the Castellan.
Yeah.
So I have resources 2 and
3 help.
just 2 help. Because Cadence can't. And then I mean, like I literally cannot carry this crossbow out of town. Like I will be like making labor checks to carry my damn crossbow around if I want to. So
Using it up.
Just gonna abandon it. Just throw it.
I mean, like I kinda well
You want to trade it for some wine before you go?
let me ask you, this is too ridiculous. Could I leave it with the Castellan? Could I like leave it and say, hey,
Yeah, that's ridiculous. No, they're not. No.
they won't be my crossbow bank.
It's not a storage locker.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't pay interest on it.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like I'd almost rather just like give it to somebody who like could use it than try and use it for 1 cash die. But I just don't know who that would be. Yeah, fine. I'll pay my rent with my crossbow. That sounds good. Resources.
Paying your rent with your crossbow sounds like a threat.
Yeah. It does.
It definitely does.
All right. And I have 3. I have 2 help and 1 supply, and ob is 1. All right. Yep.
Got it.
No problem.
Cool. So, Unworthy Meat has paid their dues.
Yeah.
Oops.
Everyone gets out of town clean again. Nice.
Yeah. Well, last time we didn't. Last time Basil was taxed. That's why it's resources.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
right. And I am fresh.
Ooh.
I'm fresh as well.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And brimming with spells. Ah!
Cool.
Cool.
All right then, everybody.
XPs?
Yeah, let's do some XPs. So let's go in. Let's mix it up. Let's go in reverse order.
Ooh,
Virgil.
Virgil, that's you.
So I can't trust any of these humans in the keep. I think I played towards that, going around and like spying on them. Bait. Unfortunately, I didn't sell I didn't sell the tiara, but now I'm still wearing it.
Right.
Fine. I mean, I'm just as happy having the tiara. Like you said, it's like a get out of jail free card if we fail a resource.
Yeah.
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 And my instinct, I did roll on it. I mean, I guess
Yeah, you
there's
use
a small benefit because we do know that like there is a trader right within the blue
the
line.
low lines, yeah.
That's another bait.
We just don't know who it is.
What about you, Sean? What'd you get?
Oh, yeah. I'm too busy looking at Lauren telling us about how much a real crossbow costs, and I sold it for
Nothing, right?
An
I just couldn't
authentic.
hold it.
Yeah, an authentic repro. 750 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, $1,250. Yeah.
Yeah.
We stayed in a nice flop house. No, we didn't. It's all worn and notched. I don't like my crossbow. All right. How do you tell if a human is lying to you? They open their mouth. Yeah, I feel like I pretty much played that up the entire time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was not tested. And it was nice to actually find another person who was like, yep, they're crappy. And see that like that the Castellan was not like, oh yeah, never mind all that. But he fully like bought into it and believed, so that was cool. I'll take one fate for that. I'll see Sirica brought to justice. I in my vision that totally happened. I got her the justice that I think was the best we could give, which was that like she's not going to get let off free by the barony.
Yeah.
At least not yet. I mean, who knows? Town could. And then when in town, report to the Castellan. I did that, and I think it benefited us. Take a fate on that.
You did. Yeah.
Cool. How about you, Epi?
How about me? Huh? How about me? My belief is the path to holiness, I was writing this while I was talking, apparently. The path to holiness is to pity the gods for what they need of you. I don't know, actually. It turned out to be kind of an esoteric belief for one while you're in town.
Yeah.
I definitely played myself as holier than everyone here, but I don't know if that actually earns the fate there. So I'm okay with not grabbing that. My goal is to see everyone in the party hale and healthy. I am certainly no longer sick. I think the only condition we have right now is afraid. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So I think that worked.
I'm
still exhausted.
Oh, you're still exhausted.
Oh yeah, you're still exhausted.
Okay, never mind.
Well, the other thing, and this is not to be like jerky about it, but whether it happened or not, did you do?
I overcame my own sickness.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I should have. Yeah. All right. That's fine. I'm not hitting these tonight. That happens. But my instinct was to always haggle for the best prices, and that got me my thriftiness. That got me through at the end.
Yep.
Can I grab the fate for that?
Definitely.
All right. How about you, Sage? How'd Linus do this evening?
Unsurprisingly, not great.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Sage, but Epi, your resources test was one lower, because your haggling was an instinct. So your haggling didn't add to your lifestyle, but whatever. You passed it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We were anyway. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
So my instinct, the crippler, has a darker purpose. I must find it. I got the free roll out of that, but otherwise didn't do much about it.
Yeah.
My goal, in order to help others, I need to take care of myself first. I definitely pursued that. I failed miserably at it. So that's a fate point. I think Linus now feels like he was a little selfish to try to take care of himself, and is probably going to be overcompensating because that seems very Linus.
Yeah.
And then my belief, the real monsters here are the leaders of the keep. It didn't come up a bunch, but I think it did color kind of how he went about everything. Like instead of our last town, Linus was much more of like, I'm going to reach out to people to help me. And this time he's like, the crippler is up to something. I'm not trusting anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just going to like get my stuff and get out of here, which I think I played to it. I think. Not the strongest play to it I've had, but
I think so.
yeah, I'm going to argue that it at least happened. Cool. That's it.
Cool. Awesome then. I think that will do it for everybody today.
Group rewards?
Yeah, group rewards. MVP. Yeah, so MVP, person with a clutch roll.
We had a lot of not very exciting resource rolls.
Yeah.
I would say so. Bryn's convincing of the Castellan to keep Erica around. I think that was probably the single most impactful role. Like we got a lot of other stuff done, but it was more.
Yeah.
I would have said you finding dirt on the crippler, except for.
But it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Even on that, I would have said I would have argued for that one, but.
Yeah, no. I think it's.
Or if I had actually caught someone.
Or if you had caught someone, yeah. Those are the three interesting roles in the game, honestly, for me. The rest were like buy stuff, sell,
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. I will take that. Workhorse?
Yep. So it can't be Bryn. Person who helped the most.
Not me.
I say it can't be Cadence because he couldn't help, but either Basil or we had.
You know what? And it wasn't Basil either because Basil couldn't help on some of those.
Resources. Hey, Linus, you win.
I mean, I guess I was by default. Also, I did do a fair amount of helping. Like I was.
Linus is like, I'm about self-care this session, so let me win the award for helping everyone out.
Again, I think this is totally going to lead to like an overcompensation of like, I was being selfish and like, look, the thing I actually did was help my friends. Get ready for even more. Like, I need to help
Linus insecurity.
Yeah, Linus insecurity. That's the way to put it. Cool.
Yeah,
I took that persona point.
I feel like that was like the name of your corporation, Linus Insecurity Inc. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Great. And then embodiment.
I'm gonna vote Bryn for the whole conversation with Castellan.
I agree.
Cool. I will accept. Thank you. I liked. I really like seeing Basil with your like Basil has a whole different tune when he comes into town. He's like, hey, everybody throwing money around. Everybody like the way you played up.
I feel like he acts more human in town.
Yeah.
I just mirror the environment around me. That's what I do.
Yeah, that was good.
So I like seeing Town Basil. So
we hired Town Basil, but whenever we leave it,
Adventure Face Basil is like, yeah, let's check out the Caves of Chaos and worship the dark gods. Town Basil knows how to do it. Knows how to function. So yeah.
I'll take that. Is this a Persona?
It's a Persona.
It is. These are all Persona.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Now all the rewards are done. Now we can get out of here.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night. Yeah.
Sage outros.
Yeah, I'm Sage Latour. You can find me on Twitter at old_4chan. Man, I am just tired.
Yeah.
I link to anything I actually do there. But that's the most central point to find me. Epi.
I'm Epidiah Ravishaw. You can find me on Twitter at Epidiah, or you can go to dig1000holes.com, with 1,000 being the number and not written out.
Eric's got it linked.
Oh, good. And that's where you can find me, learn about what I'm making, what's coming up, or you can go to 200 a day and listen to my podcast about the Rockford Files, because obviously if you're watching this, you're also a Rockford Files fan. How about you, Sean? How are you doing?
I'm good. I feel, when you get into things and you're like really, excuse me.
Oh, there it is.
That was awful. When you get into things and you're tired, and then you start playing, you get super invigorated. So I went from like barely awake at the beginning of this game to very excited at the end.
Nice.
I'm doing well. I am launching the Kickstarter for Big Bad Con 2018, probably next week, or if not that, the week after. So that's going to be at bigbadcon.com/Kickstarter. Right now, it doesn't link to it, but it will. And it'll forward to it once it's up. So if you like playing rad games like Torchbearer, if you like rad people like several of the folks that are in the stream right now, you can play these games and see some of these cool folks there this year. So yeah, come play with us.
Yeah, can we do a stretch goal of unworthy meetup? Unworthy meetup. Unworthy meetup.
An unworthy meetup would be amazing.
It would be good.
Pretty sweet.
Oh my god!
Unworthy meetup. Yeah, that closes it on a very summary note. Yeah.
I love that. I love that plan. Let's talk. How about you, Virgil? What's up with you?
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and thanks Eric for running the game. I love playing with all these beautiful people. And yeah, that was a good session. If you guys want to see other stuff that I'm doing, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Zircon5. And if you want to check out some of my music, that's at soundcloud.com/Zircon5. And a lot of that stuff does have download links and is Creative Commons, so you can use it in like projects that you're doing. I'm going to try to post. I wonder if I can post in here. I can. I'm a mod. Yeah. Someone did a little YouTube. Did you guys see the? I posted the YouTube.
Yep.
Oh, that was so good.
Fan art featuring my music, which was like a super nice treat for me.
Yeah.
He posted it on my birthday, which was yesterday. So it was like a super
happy birthday
present.
Happy birthday.
So yeah, check that stuff out if you have stuff you need music for. It's a good resource.
Yeah.
Eric?
They're the Boyd on Twitter. I cannot believe they made a little thing for it. Yeah, it's so good. Thank you for linking that.
It's really good.
I'm gonna see if I can bring it real quick on screen because it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I'll just play it for. It's so awesome. It's so good. All right. Shout out to you, the Boyd, for doing that. Fan art stuff, nothing gets me more hyped and everything than fan art. I think that's really special. So anyways, I'm Eric. You're at my channel. I'm EricVulgaris everywhere. Super active in role-playing game stuff. Go Play Northwest is coming up.
Yes.
Some other things are going to be starting. I can't really necessarily talk about, but my July is going to get busier, which would be cool. My Fever Swamp is finally kind of like coming to an end. We've broken the fever. Maybe have a couple maybe like 5 or 10 more sessions, and then the entire post-mortem of that game is going to go up on my blog with all of the macros, all of the tables and everything, and what worked, what didn't, with all of the recorded videos of it. So, you know, if you're interested in West March's style games, feel free to steal from that and get an idea of what's good and what's not, for your future games. I don't know what's going to come after it. Maybe Planar Codex, City of Dis, Bladesy, Dungeon World. I don't know. We'll see. Got a lot of time. All right. Anyways, that's me. That's
good.
I think
Good
that's
stuff,
it.
man. I'm
Yeah.
excited about all
That's
those
a lot
things.
of awesome stuff.
cool. All right, everybody. We're gonna get out of here then. So
Nice.
see ya.
Thanks, Eric.
Have a
Great
good
game.
night.
Yeah.